So yeah, like you don't want to be, hey,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want that. You just want it.
Yeah,
Like
let the mic do the work for me.
Yeah, and it moves around. You can move it to you.
Yeah,
Like,
great.
I'll
So I
swing around
can,
with it. This one tends to break a lot.
Yeah, right.
Because I've 156 episodes, man. It's just worn out.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm 156. We've burnt that into my brain.
I'm going to try and keep it to this.
Yeah.
Let's come to this. All right. And is it rounding? Oh, it's rounding. Oh, it's so exciting. So exciting. All right. Well, much out to do. Let's kick it off. What do you reckon?
Let's do it. 156.
156, and welcome to the Pagey Train. Today in the studio with me, Paul Rye, film director, writer, producer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's great. It's great to be in the neighbourhood, not far from my home, so it's good.
Oh, is that right? Oh, that's right. You are local.
Yeah, I'm a local, right?
Yeah.
I am Blacktown born, so...
Yeah, Blacktown's interesting, man, because do you know that Blacktown, we get the most films from Blacktown?
Yeah?
1/3 of Main the West content comes from Blacktown.
Wow, okay.
Like, not just noticeably, it's not just like marginal.
Yeah.
It is this, if you look at it as a pie chart, it is a significantly bigger chunk. Well,
Blacktown is, as far as LGAs, I think it's like 54... cities within Blacktown. So I think in New South Wales we're like one of the biggest. So
of course, those geographics.
Geographics. So
yeah,
I might live in Plumpton, but that's the city of Blacktown. I might live in Marion, that's the city of Blacktown. Mount Druitt. So
yeah,
huge.
Yeah,
the Big Dipper.
Well, I grew up in Campbelltown.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah, I grew up in Campbelltown in the 90s.
Yeah.
Pre-Fight Club era, which was very much Fight Club era. Misogyny, violence.
Yep.
Street vendor drugs. It was, a time to be alive. It was the last of the VHS era, the beginning of the DVD era. What was it? The we were talking off air before. Hard copy films. What do you call that?
Physical media now. They're calling it
physical media. Back in the physical media days,
we just called it DVDs or VHS or
movie
or movies. Yeah, absolutely.
That was the era, and that's what it's really dawned upon me. If you grew up in that era, you're the last of the 20th century.
Yeah,
19th century sort of way of thinking.
I'm in both camps. I was born 91, but have two older brothers and grew up in the 90s and 2000s. So I'm sort of in your camp and in my camp a little bit. Yeah,
that's it. You would know dial phones or perhaps even a ringtone. Do you know how to do a ringtone?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so if you know how to do a ringtone, you're definitely from that era.
Oh God, yeah. I remember when it went from. Are you talking about like 3315 ringtones, on a Nokia, or
sorry, I've misspoken there. Dial tone.
Oh, dial tones. You mean on a home phone?
Yeah.
Oh God,
how do you use a dial tone?
Yeah.
Because people pick it up these days and age. Are how do you? Get dial tone?
I've still got the.
the rotating.
Yeah, because we had them, and then obviously, I can still remember my home phone number. If I was at the station, Blacktown station, and needed someone, my parents to pick me up, you'd fake call it, and you'd get 5 seconds in. So you'd go, and you'd hope that your mum picked up, and you'd say, "Mum," and then you call back, and you go, "Blacktown," call back, station, and then you'd wait 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and if you see the station wagon coming up, you knew she got the message. And if she didn't, you were furious and you were working out an angry speech.
Oh, dude, payphone scams, man. I can tell you about payphone scams, all right? I know so many of them.
Yeah.
From back in the day. Yeah. Being in Campbelltown, you do learn these things, right?
Check the coins, see if there's any.
Oh, yeah, that's it. But if you, the phone hacks of the day, if you didn't have 20 cents, by the way, it was 20-cent piece that you used to put into these things back in the day, early days, and then it was 40 and then 50.
Yeah, 50, I remember 50.
So if you didn't have money, if you rang on certain older phones from the mid-90s, early 90s, we used to go to the pools, right?
Yeah.
To get picked up from the pools,
you'd
pick up the phone,
yes,
and it would ring, but when they would answer, it would hang up.
Yes, 100%.
So what you would say to your folks is wait for 3 rings,
yes,
and I'll hang up, and you'll know
it's me.
That it's me.
Yeah,
it's time to come pick me up.
Yeah, where I would do you get that half second, you'd say, "Paul, Blacktown pools," in each you call 3 times. Or I remember Blacktown pools, me and my mates, we would have that last 50 cents between us, and we'd say, "Look, it's 48 degrees out there. Once we leave these blissful doors of Blacktown pools, it's 48 degrees. And it's a big walk home." So what you would do is you'd have 50 cents between you. You'd say, "Look, I can get a packet of clouds here." And that's 1 cloud each, or ears, or frogs, whatever it may be.
Yeah, okay. Or interesting currency. Yeah.
Or we call Paul's mum or someone's ma, and they come and pick us up, and we'd all look at each other and go, fuck, get the clouds. So you'd waste that 50 cents on the clouds and then have to do the 30, 40-minute walk home in 48-degree weather.
Yeah, see, it's the trade-off, right?
Yeah, and it was worth it. Back then it was worth it.
Well, the other one was reverse.
Yeah, no, my parents would never accept that.
So here's the trick.
Bro.
Here's the trick, because you have to say who you are.
Yeah.
And you go, say your name, Paul, reverse.
Yeah,
Pick me up.
Yeah. I remember people would do that. My old man would just hang up straight away. That's bloody $6. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, but they've got to accept the charge.
Yeah, they've got to accept. I accept.
Reverse,
yeah,
you've got to accept. So you just say your name of what the message is.
Yeah.
But the real hoot of a one that I used to do when I used to do long distance calls when I was travelling around Australia to ring back home. Like ringing back home in those days, it was a bit of an ordeal, right? So you had to get a whole bunch of coins.
Yes. Or
charge a phone card
and prepare them.
Yeah, and have it prepared because you can only put so much in at a time. You don't want to put too much in because you won't get the refund.
That's right, I remember.
So you've got to sort of top it up, and you'll get a sound going boop boop boop.
Yeah,
boop,
it's coming.
You've got 10 seconds before it cuts out.
Yeah.
If it cuts out, you have to re-establish the call. Costs more money.
Yes,
because topping it up doesn't need to initiate the call. The call may be $1 initiating the call, but then you just got to top it up with 20s and 50s.
I remember. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if they still do this. Big spoiler alert. Sorry, Telstra. Sorry, but this is what used to happen back in the day. I'm sure you guys have fixed this error in your phones.
They've got all because of you.
Oh, yeah, all because of people like me. Yeah. So if you got a straw, I know even more controversial. They're illegal now.
Yes.
So yeah,
careful on the straw talk.
Hot topic. Save the turtles. Look, you used to get a plastic straw. In case, someone day people don't know what a plastic straw is.
The Macca's ones were strong.
Yeah. You needed
yellow stripe, black stripe.
No, you wanted the red milkshake ones. Remember those?
Oh, yes. Donut King had them.
Yeah. So you wanted one of those because the Macca's ones were too thick.
Yeah. They were strong.
Yeah. So you know how
you on them all day.
You know how you have the coin return on a Telstra phone. The big silver ones, not the older ones. The ones that are before the ones now. They were still a rounded handle rather than like an office phone one. There's still a rounded handle. Yeah,
I remember those.
Orange handle.
Yeah, Telstra, of course.
Telstra phone, right?
Yeah.
And the coin return would flap like this, right?
Yeah.
And there's a gap above the coin return.
Yeah.
And you take a straw on the right hand side of that and you'd slide it in to there, and there's a laser counter that the coin goes past and goes, that's a 50. That's a 50. So what you do is you slide a straw in there, you drop a 50 in, and it returns it. And you drop a 50 in and it returns it. You drop a 50 in and it returns it.
So keep going.
Just keep charging it up with the same 50-cent piece.
So you wouldn't have done much walking because you had too many methods to get picked up.
Dude, this was so popular. If you went to a payphone and reached onto the roof, you would find a red straw.
Oh, okay. People leaving it there for you. See, how good's the West?
Yeah, totally.
Only in the West, they'll be like, some other bloke will need
paying
this.
it forward.
Will help us out.
Yeah, totally paying it forward.
Now they're paying people forward with, plastic bags from Woolworths. Like the cold bags, but... Back then, couple straws on top of a...
Yeah,
God, we live in a good spot.
Yeah, but as well, you'd also find like the 5-cent pieces that people leave behind. I used to do this with a friend of mine. He used to encourage me to do it. A big shout out, Mork. Big shout out, Chris. He used to go... I watched him use a payphone, and then he'd put 20 cents on the top.
Yeah.
I go, what are you doing, man? He goes, just in case someone needs it, man.
Yeah, bro.
What if someone's running from someone and they need to call someone? Their dad's having a heart attack. I go, shit, I don't have 20 cents.
Haven't been home in years. Make that
smart people know to reach on the roof, and they might just have their lucky day. And I'm like, what a brilliant attitude.
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, I used to check the coin thing and in and around as a kid. You walk past, you go, what is it? Your dream is you find, a bag full of cash.
No, that's it.
Remember that?
Yeah, I always look for treasure.
Walking through the creeks around Blacktown, you're like, oh, maybe someone left money through here, and you just hope in one of the
looking for a dead drop.
Yeah.
Ruin someone's day. Actually, I think I pulled up. I'll see if it will work. I'll see if it will play. Are you going to play or give me an ad? I'll play it again.
You got YouTube Premium, baby.
Oh, it's not there. I got to route the sound. I was hoping to route that because I had a dial tone set up.
Yeah.
Because dial tones, mean different things.
Yeah.
So dial tone, when it's continuous, like...
Yes, I remember.
That's ready to call.
Yeah.
If it's going...
Yeah.
You can't establish the call.
Nostalgia is just kicking in tonight. I'm bringing
that back.
Man.
But you remember that. Like, you'd have to pick it up, and then you'd have to unhook it, hook it to get your dial tone.
Yeah, heaps of times hanging up. You're like, wait.
Yeah.
Back? Okay, yeah, now we're good.
But you remember the saying, leave it off the hook?
Yeah.
Well, you never hear that anymore.
Nah. That was when someone kept calling your old man or your mum and go, just leave it off the hook.
Yeah, well, imagine as well people in the 80s and 90s that are on a date. It's like, oh, you got a hot date, take your date home and then take that phone off the hook.
It's the newer version of putting the hat on the doorknob.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is that.
Yeah, that's the new man. And then what's now, though? What do we do now? Phone's on silent, phone face down, phone in another room?
Well, that's what I've started to try to implement with great difficulty.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is separating myself from the phone for a film. Yeah. Just because, because we've all been stuck in that space. When you're watching a movie.
Yeah, oh, man.
And there's a lull in the movie.
Yes.
First instinct. There's one thing that's going to... Two things that can really trigger it. Someone picks up their phone in a room that you're in.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a yawn. When you yawn?
That is the new yawn.
Yeah. But if you see someone touch their phone, you go... What are my phone's doing? Right?
Yeah.
So it's totally
100%.
Psychological pass on, right? The other one is a lull in the film. And then you realise when you make film, the lulls are important.
Yeah, they are.
Because they create tension and they create pause.
Yes.
Like everything in a film is deliberate.
Yeah, they're doing it all on purpose. They're not just like, we'll slap this in for time.
Yeah.
We've got to make 90 minutes.
Well, it's an emotional bandwidth, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And if you start checking your phone, you're now disengaged with the purpose of the film.
Yes.
Like, I know that there's the whole thing of, death of the author. When you write a book, it doesn't belong to the author anymore. It belongs to the audience because how you read it and how I read it, and it's going to be interpreted differently. So now the intent is now dead.
Yeah.
But I think there is some syntax sort of things that go along. Like reading a book, for instance, we read it left to right. We understand the syntax of letters. Yeah. We understand the language of it.
Yep.
So by picking up your phone, you're ignoring the film language. You're basically partially experiencing the film.
And I'm guilty of that too now. So you find yourself doing that?
All the time.
I think it's called TikTok brain. There's like a new term for it. I don't even have TikTok. But it might not even be TikTok. It could be Instagram, Facebook. Could be my emails.
Do you watch Reels though?
I do. I just go like that.
Then you kind of third party watch TikTok.
I am. I've been told this, and I am TikTok brainy. And I'll be watching a movie, and it could be wonderful, and I'll do what you do. I'll slip on, and I'll go, oh, what am I doing? I'm part of the problem. Stop. I do it. So unless I'm in the cinema.
So I'm bringing back a phone box. So the phone box is not to stand in and have a conversation.
Yeah.
The phone box is there to put everyone's phone in and go, right, this is a phone-free room. If you want to come into this room, it's phone-free during these hours. So I was like even thinking about this studio, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, between the hours of 3 and 7 on a Sunday, it's a phone-free room and all devices must be muted from the internet.
Sometimes I'll leave it in the other room and forget that it's in the other room on charge.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch a whole movie and go, fuck, where's my phone?
Well, that's it. Now we got watches.
Yeah, I know.
So we watch links to the phone.
I know. That's
I can call it. Like it will tell. Like let's call on my phone, watch right now. Like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I go, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I need it near me.
I needed that.
I need it near me.
It is very Gollum-like, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It is super Gollum-like. But look, that's the business we're in, right? Is getting people's attention.
Yeah.
Because getting people's attention is worth money.
Yes.
And it depends how you go about that money. I think as storytellers, we want to entertain people. But I think it's about our own kooky problems, really. Like because you've got to be a bit obsessed to make film.
Yeah. Obsessed, crazy, and
a little bit of loony.
Maybe desperate.
Yeah, because you're trying to get people's attention.
Yeah. Trying to tell my story and say,
you're attention hungry.
Look at me, but look at the story.
Yeah, but then you're going to go find more attention hungry people, so you're going to go get a lead actor.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're attention hungry too.
More than you are.
So you're trying to find someone more attention hungry than you.
Trying to get a whole group of attention to hungry people in one room.
Yeah.
That's
it. Like even editors that sometimes can be a bit, like what's the word? It stays indoors a lot.
Like a no.
Shut in? No, not a shut in, but
just made a movie,
introvert. An introvert.
Yeah. I'm a bit of both.
Yeah. I think we're all a bit of both in the arts, like because you've got to sell.
You do. You have to.
You got to learn to sell.
Agreed.
So if you're a bit introverted, you're going to be, practicing your communication skills.
Yeah.
But if you're an extrovert that likes to party a lot, you're going to have to learn a bit of discipline to do some editing.
To pull it down,
Yeah, you've got to, either which way, you're going to be finding balance.
That's right.
But I find most editors are introverted minded if they're predominantly that way.
Yeah.
Not all. I know some pretty out there editors, myself included.
Yeah.
But I find generally they are like the drummer of a band. They're hidden in the back.
Yeah, the Ringo Stars.
Yeah. they keep the whole rhythm of the whole. It's probably the most important part of the whole thing.
God, yeah.
They're the last storytellers on the production line.
Yeah, agreed.
Don't get me wrong. You've got presentation people that present it to a cinema and actually operate it. Don't get me wrong, there's operators beyond that, but the person that actually has control of the narrative.
Yeah, for sure.
Is the editor, the last person.
Fresh eyes, input, everything.
Yeah, well, I think it's important to do that. Like because we always when we start out, you edit your own work.
I did film school, and then after that, no.
Yeah, well, that's it. But I always encourage people, right, to if you're directing something, go and edit someone else's work.
Yeah.
Because being a good director makes you a better editor. Being a good editor makes you a better director.
Yeah.
The other sort of circle I started pulling into it is doing acting. And acting's made me is enhanced. I can't wait to go direct my next film.
100%.
Because that acting has gone, this is the experience that I'm putting people through, and this is the emotional journey and how we can anchor ideas and how to express.
Yeah.
And I think the more crafty we get, the more you trust an actor. You don't actually want to give them direction. You hire them because they're right.
I started as an actor before I went to film school. That's how it all began for me. And you're right. So I think directing actually is 90% casting. Yeah. It all happens in the casting room. The less directing and notes you have to give on the actual production, you've done your job.
You've done your job, yeah.
There's a lot of directors that just want to be heard on set, and they'll give notes just to give notes.
Yeah. Establish dominance.
Yeah, there's no need for that if you've hired the right person from the start.
Yeah, I think just your normal prowess as a director.
That's right, yeah.
Communication. I find that I get my prowess through communication.
Yeah.
Like they go, wow, you're very good at waxing lyrical and commanding a space, not demanding, but commanding it,
Yeah.
But that's a very deliberate thing to do on a set, though.
Yeah.
But I don't do it to be domineering. I do it to be organised.
Correct.
To control the situation, but at the same time collaborate in the situation.
Yeah, a leadership collaboration sort of thing going on. Yeah,
well, if you talk to a director, right? A cinematographer, you start getting in an argument about framing and ISOs and lighting, they're going to beat you, dude.
I don't even bother arguing.
Well, yeah, but I've watched it happen. I've watched it happen.
That's not my jam. I hire those, similar to an actor, you hire these departments if you're producing and directing it, to run those departments, and you oversee those departments, but you don't overstep those departments. And you meet in the middle. You might have an idea about a shot, and then he'll have an idea about that shot, and you meet in the middle, and you bring the first AD in to cool things off if need be.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I always meet in the middle with my guys, so yeah.
Yeah, meeting in the middle is a good way to phrase that. Yeah, because you've got to meet in the middle.
One for you, one for you, one for me.
Yeah, especially with an actor.
Oh, definitely.
And see a cinematographer go, I can get that shot better. Can I have a go at this? You go, absolutely, go have a go at it.
Yeah, never say no.
Yeah.
Say, okay, well, yeah.
Well, have you got
how are we going for time?
Time.
Over the first 18, you'll be like, yeah, we've got to go. Let's do it then.
Well, I just find a similarity between, I've talked about this a lot before, but the similarity between a battle group is very similar to a film crew.
A battle group? What do you mean by a battle group?
A group of 9 people in a squadron to go and hunt someone down.
Oh, like SEAL Team 12 going into the...
Yeah, okay. It's very much like that because they have specialist jobs.
Yes.
They're not all just like one mould. They all get the different tasks.
I'm thinking Predator.
Yeah, that's it. You got the guy with the big gun. You got the guy with the little gun. You got the guy likes that. You got the guys like sneaking out things. You got the guys doing the nav. You got the guys on the radio. They've got all of these specialists.
Yes, correct.
Right? And when you operate a camera, it's called taking a shot.
Yep.
And you call action.
Yes.
Right. You do camera reports when you're in the military. You do weapon reports.
Yeah.
The other thing I find it very close to is a band. So I was talking about, editor's a drummer.
Yeah.
Guitarist is a cinematographer.
Yep.
Because you think about the pedals, they're technically oriented.
Yeah.
And the lead singer, director.
Yeah. And then the groupies, the extras.
Yeah. yeah, absolutely. I think, but I think, those personality types are very much the same. So people I work with in the military, their personality types.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Are very much like people in film.
Yeah.
They're all a bit, because you've got to be a bit crazy to join the military.
Militant.
You got to be a bit crazy. I'm going to go risk my life. You got to be a bit crazy.
Yeah, it is. It feels that way when you're running a movie set.
Dude, because it's long hours.
Oh,
right? And because your first AD is your sergeant major.
100%.
That's your sergeant major. That's your
Capitan. He's going to be.
This person here is going to be barking at you about time and money and problems. They're just going to talk about problems to you
that's right.
all day.
Yeah.
That's their job.
And your job as a director is to stay calm, listen to those problems, and then sort of smooth them out if you can. Or I usually, what I do is the first AD, me and the DOP, we have little powwows, whether it be at lunch or definitely before the day starts, at lunch, halfway through the afternoon, and then at night. And then after wrap, same thing. Us sort of tripod will get together and we'll have a little powwow. What went right, what went wrong? Where can we improve the next day? Those sort of things. So you're right. It is very squadron-like.
Yeah. Do you know what you mount a gun on? A tripod.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Makes sense as cinematographers. Man, he's taking the shot.
Yeah, you are taking the shot. And you're in the theatre of war.
So if he's on a gimbal, what's that? That's a.
That's a like a Stinger sort of target.
Yeah. High
tech.
Well, I'm picturing
auto aimer.
Carl,
auto aimer for you, Call of Duty people out there.
What's his name in Apollo Creed? Carl Weathers in in Predator when he gets both arms chopped off. What's he shooting? He's got these two little machine guns.
Yeah, they're little MP5s.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Both arms. Poor Carl. Shout out to R.I.P.
Oh, did he pass
away?
Weathers.
Carl Weathers. Yeah.
Oh man, he was a cool dude, man.
Yeah, what a career.
Cool. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
I think my favourite of his was definitely Happy Gilmore, though.
Oh, Chubbs.
Yeah, Chubbs.
Wasn't supposed to be Chubbs, you know that?
Wasn't he?
It was supposed to be John... what was that? From Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. The father, John Stamp.
Yeah. He's like a James Earl Jones type.
Yes, he
guy.
had he had a show. Was it not Family Matters or something? He had a show back in the 80s. Yeah. He was the dad, big one. He was supposed to.
You mean the guy out of Die Hard?
Yes, Die Hard 2.
Yeah. Family Matters with Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so
he was supposed to.
Let's go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
you ready?
You're gonna do a
let's
Steve
go down
Urkel
a family.
Impression?
Let's go down a Family Matters.
Yeah.
What was his name? Do you know his name?
The father?
Yeah.
John something.
I'll see if I find it out.
John Stanley? No, John Stanley was the guy.
You got your phone there?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you check it out. You check it out. I'll take you down a rabbit hole while you look this up, right?
Classic IMBD.
Okay.
There you go.
So the guy out of Family Matters, Die Hard,
Coming to America.
Yeah. If you follow Die Hard, he's a desk jockey because he shot a kid. Yeah.
Oh no, you're thinking of Winslow.
Yeah.
Carl Winslow.
No,
I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Carl Winslow.
Yeah, no, I know Carl Winslow. I'm talking about the father from Coming to America, who is...
Isn't that James Earl Jones?
No, well, that's Eddie's father, but the girl's father, the princess, was John. Oh, man, where is he? Why is he so far down in the road?
Dude, I cannot see that face in my mind.
He was supposed to be Chubbs. John Amos.
John Amos. You got a picture of him?
Yep. Die Hard 2.
Oh, Die Hard 2!
Yeah, in the snow and plain.
Yeah,
so he was supposed to be Chubbs.
That's bullshit, McLean!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said no because he thought it was silly. And then years later, Sandler was doing Uncut Gems, and he has an appearance in it.
Yeah.
And
mad movie as well.
Yeah, great movie. And he said to him, "How'd that golf movie turn out?" And Sandler looked at him and went, "Pretty good. Turns out pretty good." And he was like,
it's literally iconic to the point where it's now referred to as a golf swing.
And he was so like old school. He's like, "How'd that turn out?"
Yeah,
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. One of the best.
Oh man, Adam Sandler, just amazing dude.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
I remember his first breakout film was Punch Drunk Love. I think it was
drama.
Cool.
Yeah. Paul Thomas
People
Anderson.
hated it.
I liked it.
Yeah. People hated
Great chemistry. Phil Hoffman's in it.
But it was a weird space because it was about typecasting, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because people go, "Where's the funny?"
Yeah.
You're the funny man. Where's the funny?
Yeah, dance, muggy.
When you go, when you look at Uncut Gems, man, it's same ilk of performance.
Yeah.
To Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah,
man.
that's right. So
he's the same guy.
Yeah.
It's like, don't get me wrong, like he's matured and enhanced in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and style and range and abilities, but they're super similar. Like,
people sleep on Sandler. Sandler's such a versatile actor, so good.
Yeah, man. Well, most of the comedians are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
comedy's the hardest. Yeah, Bill Murray, Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin. There's another one.
Yeah, they're everywhere, right? Like, these guys, like, breaking through comedy is the hardest.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hard to make people laugh. Like, if you can make people laugh, you're worth money.
Yeah, 100%.
If you can do it consistently.
And then most of them, everyone we just said just ended from SNL.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's about accessibility as well, and aspirations and setting up. Because think about what's his name, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Was it Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
I always get those two guys wrong. The Irishman, that's Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
And Will
Forte.
No, the guy who's in Anchorman.
Yeah, that's Will Ferrell.
That's Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Oh, Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's the Irishman.
I always stuff those up, man.
Okay.
I mean, isn't that a funny guy, Colin Farrell? Well, that American guy goes, no, he's Irish, man.
Yeah, and he's actually pretty funny in Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, he's good in Horrible Bosses.
That was a weird movie, I found.
Yeah, I liked it. I
didn't mind it.
Yeah.
But it was weird.
Coming towards the end of, those sort of raunchy comedies. We don't have them anymore. That's not a thing.
I just noticed I've been leaving the screen up and we haven't been looking at it, which is great. It's super helpful for me.
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy? What's going on over there? But I think comedy is a great way to break in. I think that there's an opportunity that's out there.
Yeah.
And I see it amongst filmmakers like yourself and people like Matthew C. Vella, Luke Walker, Bina Watacharger, Ryan Couchy.
Yep, Ryan. Shout out to
Big
Ryan.
shout out, Ryan. Actually, I hope the DCP's working well, bro.
Yes, I'm working with Ryan right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're cracking the whip.
Yes, me and Ryan, he's editing my film. We get along really well, Ryan. He's because we've been running into each other at festivals.
Yeah.
And finally connected, outside of the festivals. And he's a cinephile like you and like me. So we end up doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
While we're trying to work on something, and we'll go on a movie tangent.
It's very distracting.
And we'll, then we're talking about John Amos for 15 minutes. That's what we do.
Oh, dude. Look, I just did the DCP for him for Greystanes.
Yep.
Fucking amazing.
Gold Coast Film Festival, I think he's going to.
Yeah,
shout out, there you go. Everyone, quickly, go there, watch it.
Hopefully that wasn't too confidential.
No.
Pull it out. No, look, if we get in trouble, Ryan, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I really am sorry.
What can we do? We're just promoting you by accident.
I don't know if it would be confidential at this point.
Nah.
Surely he's in.
Nah, because it's he's in. It's like Monday or Tuesday. He's going away.
Oh, look,
next week.
This airs on Wednesday, so we're good.
Oh, I think he's sweet.
All right,
we're
sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gold Coast Film Festival.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys give us a call if you're listening.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe we can get some synergy going on.
Yeah, I don't remember putting places in there, but if you guys need a late call, let me know. I'll submit.
Oh, dude, places, please. Allow me to compliment you. A little segue into that. My God, what an amazing movie, dude.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can see its inspirations, obviously. Birdman. The drum background.
Yes.
That's what I really loved about it. I go, wow, what an homage. But, that's a brave homage to do it. Not in the full sense, but in the sense of, trying to pull that off.
Yeah.
And have it comparised to that. Fucking nailed it, dude.
Everyone brings that. I've seen Birdman once.
Really?
It wasn't even when I was writing it. So
get the fuck out of
here.
No,
I swear. No, at all. I've seen it once. The film sort of come from... I was an actor before I went into film school. I did theatre and I did short films, a handful of stuff here and there. Mm-hmm. And then when I went to film school and I wrote everything, one shot and tracking. And those characters are named after people I grew up with, but those characters are people that I did theatre with. Exaggerated versions to a degree.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
After watching that and how you put that together, because as a student entry, man,
people forget it's student.
Well, we have the first thing we call it classifying. So when we get content through Made in the West, and I'm sure this is the same for all festivals. But I refer to it as classifying because I refer to it as gold mining.
Yeah.
So when you
digging,
when you go and dig it's called how they call it a lucky streak.
Yeah, okay.
Right, that's a gold streak.
Yeah, gold streak, yes.
The gold streak is that's a lucky streak.
Yeah.
Right. So to find a lucky streak, you've got to classify all the dirt around it. So you shake the dirt through the water. Yeah. And then you classify the water down, and then you get the dirt down to go. This is what they call pay dirt.
Right. Okay. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I remember these terms.
Right. These are sayings we say.
I feel
all
like
the time.
I've heard this when I was gold panning in Canberra.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. This is total gold panning in Canberra. Gold panning in general, just gold mining.
Yeah.
So classification is about sorting things out. Mm-hmm. So when we do Made in the West, we watch all of the content. We used to do it in one weekend. We get too much content to do that.
In here, just on the projector?
Yeah, right here. Yeah. It's all done in here, man. This is the epicenter of it all. And Misty's office upstairs as well, of course. Yeah. My beautiful wife and manager. Big shout out, Misty.
Another shout out,
Massive shout out. we classify the content.
Yeah.
And you go through it and I get to see, I think in the last 10, 15 years, so mainly it's up to 14 years.
Yeah, I know. Long time.
That's a lot of content, right? So
15th coming up, 2025. 15th year.
Nah, 14th this year.
14th, okay.
Fuck, you got me there.
Yeah.
I think it's 15, 14.
Well, I am 156.
156. Is this the episode? Might be 157 now.
Yeah.
But actually, it is 157.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go with that. We'll go with 156. Doesn't matter.
I was getting the tattoo tomorrow.
Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, make good decisions.
Yeah.
But when going through all those films, like I've watched a lot of Western Sydney content, man. I've watched stuff from the whole region of Sydney, in fact.
Yeah.
And some of it's even international, where they've come to Western Sydney and made films and then entered into the festival, right? Because there's two ways to go around it. You're either from Western Sydney making films in Western Sydney, or you're from outside of Western Sydney making films in Western Sydney.
Yeah,
that's where the eligibility works.
Yeah.
And so you get student films. You see a student film every as soon as you start watching one,
pick it.
You go student film.
Yeah.
And there's moments where you go, oh, that's a good one. You go, oh, it's still a student film. You go, that's a good. Oh, they're good.
There's potential.
Because most students, they like to see. The thing is, the biggest rule I have with students is I say, don't make a film about walking.
Yeah.
Your whole film is walking.
Yeah. Fast-paced walking.
Right? But it's hard to pull it off because walking is fucking boring.
Yeah, that's right.
Film something exciting. So I'd always if you came to me with your project, you go, don't do it.
Yeah.
You're just walking around in a circle.
Yeah.
Don't film walking.
And it was mapped like a circle too, the way, because I drew it from the blueprint.
Yeah,
the way we did the shot list was a
mud model.
Yeah. From the theatre that gave me the actual blueprints of the theatre, and I was like, this is where So yes, this
is where you exploit
plenty
it.
of student films go unnoticed, is what you're saying. Well, not unnoticed, but
what usually loses a student film if they don't get selected is the fact that there's too much fucking walking in it.
Yeah,
if you just cut out 2 minutes of walking, you would have got into this festival, man. But now I can't curate it. You just went up against other 3 student films that are in the same ilk.
Yep.
But their duration and their ending was better.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just how it works.
Yeah,
that's the world, baby. It's entertaining. We put it on.
A lot of students make, Tarantino movies, a lot of guns and...
Yeah, we get... it's ebb and flows.
Yeah,
it's ebb and flows. We get horrors, then we get
what
gangster.
About when they woke up, then they woke up. Classic ending where... and then they woke up.
Yeah. It's very much. Well, I'm trying to direct one like that at the moment.
And then that's the whole time.
That's the end.
It was in their mind, like, Jacob's Ladder. So many of them came through film school when you're up pitching.
Yeah.
And the writing teacher would be like, oh,
Dude, that movie freaks me out.
Yeah, I've only seen it once. It's a one-time watch.
Oh, dude. No. Because it is hard to watch.
Yeah, see? But I don't want to make those type of movies.
Well, I was on a drug experiment in East Timor as a soldier.
Oh, were you?
So when I watched that movie, I'm like, am I dead?
Oh, no. Someone pinch him.
Oh, dude. Like, how do you know?
Yeah, that's true.
How do you know you're not just a head in a vat?
Yeah.
How do you know?
But what was that old Steve Martin movie with the brain?
Steve Martin with the brain?
Remember? No, yeah, well, he's got it. He had that. I
know The Jerk. I know a lot of Steve Martin films.
It was the one where he takes out the wife's brain and puts it in a
little shop of horrors.
No, and it had she was from
fuck, dude,
Romancing the Stone. Remember her with the husky voice?
Yeah, I loved her. Kathleen Turner.
Yes, I got to find it now.
Yeah,
here we go again. We're going back onto it.
All right, so I'll go on a rabbit hole. So Kathleen Turner, right?
Yep.
So I'll talk about Kathleen Turner while you're looking this up.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this producing for me, by the way.
That's all right.
By the way, Made in the West is Pagey Train is looking for producers. You know who you are. Contact me.
There you go.
If you're listening, I know you're out there. Kathleen Turner. I realised that she's not in the credits for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No.
She's not in there.
She's the voice of...
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit, yeah, that's right.
Not in the credits. And I've always wondered, I should probably look it up one day, but I'm like, why isn't she in the credits? She's like a main character.
Yeah.
Isn't in the opening titles.
She found it too sexy?
I just think she wanted
to be
mysterious.
Man with Two Brains.
Man with Two Brains.
Remember that one?
Dude, that is the only one I have not seen.
It's no offense to Steve Martin, it's not very good compared to The Jerk and
LA Story.
Yeah.
I love those movies, man. The Jerk, LA Story, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Everything with Martin Short. There was there's so many.
Three Amigos.
Yeah, man. There's so many.
So I'm not saying don't watch it, but you maybe not. Don't bother.
Dude, I'm totally going to go watch it because I haven't seen it.
Oh, there you go. See.
Haven't seen it, and I am a massive Steve Martin fan, Martin Short fan.
Yeah,
I love Bill Murray.
yeah. Oh,
Misty,
I love Bill.
Big shout out, Misty. She hates all of them.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
A lot of people do hate Bill Murray.
They do, yeah. My wife hates Bill Murray.
I
Like,
fucking
what?
love Bill Murray.
Why do you hate Bill Murray? What did you do to
It's
you?
near impossible to hate him. I don't know as a person, but as an actor, you know, what's your favorite Bill Murray movie? I'm Stripes. I mean, Ghostbusters 1 is pretty
Groundhog
up there.
Day, I do watch.
Oh, Groundhog Day. How did I forget that? I think that's literally in my Letterboxd top 4.
Ironically, I watch it a lot.
Oh, I cry.
Yeah.
You know, when he's in the diner and he's telling her that he's like, oh, maybe I am God, and he writes that thing and
and he still can't land her after that.
No.
But it's a great lesson in that story. Don't chase. Create a space where you are chased.
Yeah.
It's a great lesson.
Yeah. Him and Harold Ramos, what a combo.
Well, Harold Ramos, right? Like, because he was a Buddhist.
Yeah. Oh, was he?
Yeah. So he was. I heard an interview. This will blow your mind about Groundhog Day. I heard an interview with him, and he was talking about Buddhism, and they asked him about, what's the deal with Groundhog Day? How long?
Oh, yes. Someone has done the equation, though.
Yeah, no, they reckon 10,000 years.
There you go. So, yeah, he was repeating.
Yeah, because it takes 10,000, it takes so many lifetimes. I think it's 1,000 lifetimes or whatever. It's 10,000 years to perfect the human soul. Because if you look at it, it's a fable, right? Like, it's not this breaking reality where he's in this dream state sort of thing. It's a metaphor of living this life over and over and over and over again, where the weather will always change, and destiny will step in and stop your actions. Right? That's really what that construct is about.
Right. Yeah.
But every time he becomes a thief. Then he was he was a womanizer. Then he was a tragic, heartbroken person that's trying to save absolutely everyone.
Suicide.
Then he was narcissistic. He was godlike. He goes, I think I'm a god.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he eventually gets to, well, I'm going to learn this instrument. I'm going to help these ladies. I'm going to be community minded. I'm going to join the Rotary Club.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to buy that insurance off Ned. And they say that Ned is the devil.
Yes, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Bill was going through a rough time. I've read and heard interviews. Bill was going through a rough time during that. He was going through a divorce and all this.
That's
sort of
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
And him and Howard would have it off on the set, and Bill wanted the dark ending because he was going through a dark period, and Harold in the studio insisted that it finished the way it finished, and there was a big feud, and they didn't work together all that time after that.
Yeah, that's right.
Bill, I think
massive regrets in that.
Harold Ramos's daughter contacted Bill and said he's on his deathbed.
Yeah.
And Bill went to the town and sat by him and chatted to him, and
then he passed away. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember.
Imagine they stayed together. What else we would have got?
Oh, dude. Yeah, but it's strange. Guitarist.
Yeah.
Vocalist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Bill is the vocalist.
Bill is the vocalist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look at me. I'm important.
I got it. And Harold knew that.
I'm number one. No. I'm number one.
Yeah.
No, I am.
Yeah, but Harold was fine with that.
But Harold's like, you're not number one without me.
Yeah, that's right. Imagine they stayed together.
We are number one.
Yeah, that's right.
So I imagine that would have been his perspective.
Yeah.
Being a Buddhist and whatnot. He was. Yeah. And listening to some of his stuff is great, man.
Yeah.
Looking.
It's such a shame we didn't get more of him.
Oh, look, I think it happens with a lot of people, a lot of directors. There's some directors that you go, I wish they had more movies.
Yeah.
And there's ones that I go down these rabbit holes. The 80s was such a golden age of filmmaking, because you had films that were going to cinema.
Yeah.
Then you were having films that were going to B-rated cinema and drive-ins. And then you had VHS films.
Straight to video.
Just so much content, and so much of it was shit.
Yeah, so much garbage.
So much
good garbage.
Well, they say they don't make it like they used to. Like, you're only remembering the 10 films from the past that you like. The other 4,000 films you watch, you go...
you've got it behind you there. Back to the Future 1, if you're going through the 80s,
it's just one movie. It's just one movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's just one whole movie. Is that your opinion? Okay.
Yeah, it's one movie.
Even the Western?
To be continued.
Oh, okay.
To be concluded.
To be concluded. Okay.
It's one movie.
I'll have to rewatch them again. I got the poster at home, the Back to the Future poster, but you got the...
the Enchantment Under the Sea Dance.
Yeah.
You'd be interested...
It's going to be good. Marvin Barry, that's right.
Yeah.
It's your cousin, man. Yeah.
Even though the guitar wasn't invented until the 60s. But that's it.
Yeah. My old man had a similar guitar. Yeah.
But, my cousin Marvin Barry.
Yeah, it's your cousin, man.
You know that sound you've been looking for? Yeah. But listen to this. See, it's rhythmic, right? That's why
why Places Please works.
Places. Oh, look, back to Places Please. Man, it was mad. It was such a good. It was. I can't fault it. I can't go. take that bit out.
Yeah, it's sharp and fast.
Because that's what, as a curator, that's what you're looking for. Go, if I can't find something to take out, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
There's other ones you go, if only you took that bit out and you kept it because you were too precious.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty calculated on what stays and what goes, and there was nothing that stayed nothing that I couldn't get rid of to propel the story. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, people get attached to these scenes and it's got to stay or it's not going to...
Well, you pulled Best Director for that one,
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I've watched... I've given so many awards out. It's
that's
so hard to remember who's got what.
157 too, by the way.
157, calling Flight 157. Drinks carts on the Pagey train. No, but you had that... But you got our inaugural award... for the People's Choice Award.
Right, People's Choice.
Yeah, so just to give a bit of background.
Mm-hmm.
So People's Choice Award, we had a massive uptake in some sponsorship this year.
Mm-hmm.
Massive shout out. Damien in the Park Events, absolutely love you. Thank you so much. Cash prizes, digital prizes. We had radio mics going out, Sony headphones and shotgun mics, just top shelf stuff that is quality. A starter kit. All the stuff that you go, I bought a camera, but now I'm out of money.
Yeah, that's right. All the other a lens, man.
Yeah.
Give me something.
Yeah. So all the other stuff that goes around the lens and the camera, they've got it, right? So massive shout out in the Park Events. And then the cash prize, what it was
2,000 buckaroos.
$2,000.
That's right.
Always wanted to say that on a gold mic, actually.
Went straight into the next film locations.
Well, that's the idea.
For the whole location.
That's the idea, right? Yep. Is it's about the next film.
Yeah.
That's what that equipment is about. It's about assisting the next film.
Yeah.
When we give out the cinematographer award, big shout out Luke Walker. We're going, go and use this to make your next film.
That's right.
Big shout out to the Pagey train. You having Foley issues with your film, send it to me if you've won, and I will fix the Foley in your film. I'll redesign it.
Yeah.
I've done that a couple of times, which has been great. But we've got other awards. We've got headshots for actors.
Yeah.
All of these awards are set up so they're actually got something that has traction.
Yeah. Propel the career of that person.
Yeah. It's not a throwaway idea.
No.
Here's a gift card to JB Hi-Fi.
Creative Plus business. Yes.
Gosh. A massive shout out to Monica. Had a meeting with her today. She's our fairy godmother, I think. She is wonderful.
Yeah.
A business coach, highly successful businesswoman. Yep. Check out Creative Plus Business, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, another great prize.
That's what I mean. That's going to help that filmmaker. Instead of just random little things, the knickknacks and stuff like that. That's all good, but
how do you make money?
That's right. The real deal thing.
How do you go about making money, and what's your strategy? She's very good at doing that. And she's done it for so many people.
Yeah.
Look, I do see that there's a split out there. There's kind of three fractures that are out there in the film community. I realise that we're in the independent space.
Yeah.
And we sort of float between doing these other professional jobs here and there, but we're quite rogue in nature.
Yeah.
And there's other guys that are out there that are institutionalised. They're always there, and there's no getting in that front door.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's the commercial space that you're competing with those big companies that have, studio access.
Yeah.
Big codec camera access. Stuff that's hard to compete with. But then there's the rest of us, right?
Yeah.
And she's worked across all of those spaces and successfully, and has been doing so for 40 years. You wouldn't know it if you're listening, Monica. You look wonderful. You wouldn't know that you've been in the industry for 40 years.
I've got them collected up. Don't worry, my vouchers for Creative Plus, and they're going to be used when the time is right.
Oh, dude, take her up on it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Very wise woman. Because we go out and we shoot. We go out and we write. We go out and we act. We go out and we direct.
Yeah.
We go, now what? You got to distribute your film.
Where's this going?
You got to sell it. And how do you fund your film?
Yeah.
How do you run your business? Are you just making fictitious stuff, or are you trying to do some corporate work to pay for the rest of your work?
Yeah.
What is your business model?
Yeah, that's right. What's the plan? Yeah.
Yeah, you need it. And then she's very good at doing that. And we were, Misty and I and Jay were quite entrepreneurial. We're out there trailblazing, and and it's great to hear the accolades of that. The echoes of those, because sometimes we're so focused on what we're doing, we don't even hear what's going on around us.
Yeah, that's right.
But these days, the sonic boom has caught up to us, if that makes sense. And I go, oh yeah, well, we are having an impact.
Yeah,
totally forgot about that. Was our mission statement. Wow, I've been working so hard.
Yeah, that's right.
So you see these cause and effects, and it's people like Monica, it's the artists like yourself, that are contributing to the space.
Yes.
That's the community. That's the that's the important part, is that we have each other. And I think older models are about locking people out.
Yeah.
We're about letting people in.
Yeah, that's right. And you are very warm and welcoming.
Yeah.
Especially if you're from the West. I mean, even if you're not from the West, it's... I mean, Made in the West was the best festival I had been to.
We get that. We get that. But next to a big shout out to St Kilda.
It was like a big... Yeah, I didn't get to submit for St Kilda, but the next film would be probably down that road as well. But
yeah, they're a mad
it's
festival.
like a big party Made in the West. The red carpet and there's cameras everywhere. It's a big party and you run into everyone you know, and it feels like home because it's in Liverpool, but I'm from Blacktown, and Blacktown is Liverpool, and Campbelltown is Blacktown.
It's very central.
It's all central. One. Yeah. I want to know the first one. So if this is 14 or 15.
Oh, wow.
If you could go, how many people was it the first one?
So many stories.
And where was it? How many and who?
Okay, so I had 100 people. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. No, it was about 150 people at the first one.
Okay. Pretty good still. Yeah.
I collected all the content on USBs. So I literally drove around to every filmmaker's house and picked up the data.
Yeah, because they're not going to be putting it into mail. That's too risky.
No, because I was a bit, like I was working at a TV station at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, operating one. I had about 6 roles there under one job title.
Yeah.
Which was great. Like underpaid, overworked, but fuck me, it was good.
Yeah.
Like, just voiceovers to editing to
not bored. You weren't bored.
No, just everyone wants you.
Yeah.
It's great to be wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Ross? We need to run the studio thing. Oh, where's Ross? We need to do this multicam shoot. Where's Ross? We need to do this edit. Where's Ross? We need to do this voiceover. Well, we're going to do this presentation on. Oh, Ross is available. He's got a good voice. Put him on the TV. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That was great. Sorry, I went down my own footpath.
No. Tell me about you. What else is on your resume, Ross?
Oh, dude, so much. Where were we going? I lost my track.
First Made in the West.
Oh, first Made in the West. Yes.
Day.
Yeah. So, I collected all the USBs from filmmakers. One of them I even collected on the night and put it into...
the night of.
Running a, if you think about a MacBook Pro. I don't think they even had MacBook Pros back then.
Was it an Air?
It was just it wasn't even an Air. It was just a MacBook.
MacBook, no official second name.
Yeah, it was just MacBook.
OG. This is Justin Long Apple days dancing on the ads.
Yeah, you know how they got more expensive, like a carbon plastic on them now.
Yeah.
Before they were quite plasticky and scratch easy.
I remember.
And they're quite boxy. Now they're a bit more.
That had the orange back or the
ones after that.
Oh, okay.
Ones after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just but a laptop though.
Yeah, cool.
Laptop, right? But the old school ones that were more boxy and easily scratched.
Yeah.
This one had been dropped. I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
I think the control button was missing. Command button was missing. And I ran it through a projector that I had delivered from a mate that I was in the army with from, I think he came down from, it was past Gosford, Central Coast somewhere.
Right, yeah.
He drove it down that day.
And where were you setting up?
The Roxy Hotel. So
Roxy in Para.
You'll love this story, man. You'll love it. Okay, so I was at university at the time.
Yeah.
Right, studying film.
Yeah.
Undergrad, 3rd year. Made my film would have been worth $3 to $5 grand, whatever.
Yeah,
right? If you put it down, if you put it together.
Yeah.
Would it sell for that? Probably not. But how much did it cost me to make? Probably about that.
Okay, yeah.
And including my hex, if you think about it that way, like my entire overhead for that would have been about $5 grand. And I saw the design students; they all had their day in the sun. Because I did all the TV for them as well. Because I'd show up to the uni because the uni was attached to the TV station, Channel 44 Community TV, and then I'd go and shoot events for the uni.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was going to uni and working for the uni. So I started as an undergrad and then started working for the university and for the TV station.
Right, double dipping.
Yeah, I just worked everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere media.
That's right. And so
anywhere media.
Yeah.
And I saw that these other faculties had their day in the sun. And we got a, what do you call it, like a midday auditorium film screening.
Yep.
I'm like, I want wine and cheese.
Yeah, we could do better than this.
We can do better than that.
Yeah.
And I want a photo.
Yeah.
I want a photo of this thing. And where they're having it, it's not photogenic. It's a fucking lecture room.
Yeah. I've been in a few of them.
But don't get me wrong. And I don't mean to be mean to them. But I was like, the other guys get their day, and I put it out there like, I've spent like $30 grand on this degree of mine. And I want my day in the sun. So I said, you guys won't organise. I said, how about I organise it?
Yeah.
I'll organise it. So there's this place in Kingswood called the Playhouse, which is a proper... this is where they do their music presentation. So, slow rise stage. theatre stage,
Yep.
theatre lighting.
Kingswood, like Penrith.
Penrith, yeah. Amphitheatre setup, nice seating.
Still there?
Yeah. Foyer space where you
Right,
can
okay,
mingle, eat. Because what I wanted was wine and cheese.
Yeah.
Cocktail tables.
Yeah, that's right.
Photogenic spaces. Bring the folks along. Going, oh, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you guys going, why didn't you become a policeman or something?
Yeah.
Like, oh no,
You should have become a plumber like your cousin Phil.
I'm just gonna go work in the arts. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get that validation. Of showing this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like,
yeah, that's right.
And I think out of all of the finalists. Or not the finalists, but all of the films in third year, I was in everyone's credits.
Yeah, you would have just several different things.
Different roles in different people's films, right? So I had one in each one of them. But then I even organised an RSA, so serving wine. So like older person, you go, oh, there's laws, and you can't just serve alcohol.
No, there's and
it is New South Wales, and they will find you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
people will talk, and you will be found out. So I'm like, well, I need to make this legitimate and do this correctly. And so I hired I could either get my own RSA, which I was considering doing, or get someone that I know that had an RSA. And working at university, it's kind of easy to find a bartender that has an RSA.
Of course.
And you go, RSA in gaming, they have the extended, you can do events. Great, I found someone like that. I go, great. You can be the RSA, and then you can have other RSAs under you serving the wine.
Yeah.
For free.
Yes, of course.
It's not paid, it's a free event.
Yeah.
And Uni goes, that's really great that you've organised the whole event, but you can't have the wine. I'm like, well...
You've got a guy.
You can't be trusted with that. I'm like, we're all adopted. Like, there's no one under 18 at this event. Like, what's the problem? So they go, it's too risky. Too risky. And I was in this bar, and I was...
Suits.
Yeah, and I was... Yeah, suits, exactly.
Suits.
Well, that's who the producers...
Suits.
Executive producers are the brass.
Yeah, that's right.
They're the generals that aren't in the war.
Yeah.
They're just paying for
They
everything.
used to be creatives, your Bob Evanses and those people, new films.
Yeah.
Now... Yeah, suits.
Yeah, that's right. They're just suits.
Back then in the 70s and
well, if they've got a lot of money, we call them silks.
Silks. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Silk suits,
it's similar to the Godfather guy waking up in the bed. Yeah, silk pajamas. I'll get it silks. Yeah.
But so we I was in a bar in Parramatta having a bitch about it. And, I was in a bar called the Roxy.
I remember the Roxy at Para.
Yeah. In fact, this is where Star Wars premiered in Australia.
At the Roxy.
At the Roxy.
Fuck.
This is a majestic.
The Jersey Shore used to go to the Roxy. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about lattice work.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd been to the Roxy as an 19-year-old. Yeah.
Well, think of it like the Chinese cinema that's in LA. Like it's
Chinese theatre
over the top. Balconies. Plaster interlace.
So you're having a beer and you just talking shit to the bartender.
Yeah, and he goes, you're in a cinema right now. Yeah, sure. Okay, I didn't know that. He goes, man, how many people are you going to bring this thing? I go, 100. Bring 100.
Just guessing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've run music events before.
Yeah, true. So you're like,
I know that I'm a promoter that's strong enough to get 100 people.
Yeah.
Like, because as a promoter, you know how strong you are.
Yeah, for sure.
I can get 100 people to this event.
Yeah.
And that's why I go, well, I'm going to show my own film. Then I go, well, I'm going to show everyone else's film. Yeah. Because they're going to bring their friends. And that's my 100 people. That's my 100 people.
Easy, yeah.
Because Thursday night, you bring people here, 100 people, you got a free venue.
Oh.
I'm like, free? He's like, yeah. And I went and looked at the venue. There's all these bean bags, used needles out the back. Like, the screen had a rip in it. The chairs were falling apart.
Perfect.
It was literally a fire hazard.
Yeah.
And, clearly homeless people were living in there as well.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty insane.
Yeah.
So, but we ran it. 150 people showed up. And they all said, are you going to do it again? We go, oh, I didn't really think about that.
This is success.
This is just a one-off thing. I just wanted to show me films because I wanted to, instead of drinking wine, end up drinking beer.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And so we go, okay. And it didn't even have a name at that point. And then we called it the green screen or something like that.
Yeah.
Sort of had a name, sort of didn't. And the second year, I was trying to figure out a name. What do I call this thing? Because I decided to do it. I'm like, I'm going to build a film festival.
Yeah.
Everyone wants me to do it. I can't think of anyone else who can do it. And then I started doing research and I thought, there's a void.
Yeah.
There's a massive void there. And because I'm a social person, I've gone around everywhere. I go, but there's filmmakers everywhere.
Yeah.
They just don't know each other.
Yeah.
I was like, festival. Okay, we're on a festival. I go, but I need a name.
Yeah.
So I was like walking around my house, need a name, and I had all my band posters up from different gigs that I'd done in the heavy metal band I was in at the time, right?
Right, yeah.
And I saw there was a gig I did with Mendoza, not Mendoza, Alpha Degenerate, and that was the band I was in. Check it out, folks, if you want to see me bouncing around with long hair. YouTube.
Not much has changed.
Alpha Degenerate, not Ellen DeGeneres, but Alpha Degenerate. And I lost my train of thought. I filmed that.
Finding a name around the house.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And I did a gig, Alpha Degenerate. I did a gig with a band called Whiskey Smile, and a big shout out, Gareth. I hope you're going well. And it was called How the West Was Won, and that was based off a Western.
Yep.
And then I saw, I was looking at this ornament that I had, and it still had the tag on it. It said Made in Australia. I was looking at Made in Australia going, isn't that iconic? So I put my Gruen transfer hat on because I've just done my communications degree and knew a little bit about advertising and how that worked. And I go, well, Made in Australia is about invoking Australian national pride and hard-working Australians doing hard-working jobs.
Yeah, that's right.
And keeping the money here.
You know.
Yeah, it's like True Blue.
Yeah,
True Blue, good on you.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's where that feeling comes out of. I go, I was looking at How the West Was Won. Made in Australia. How the West Was Won. Made in the West.
Made in the West.
Because I was thinking, the reason the West had to be in I figured I need to get word West in there because every door I knocked on was slammed in my face if they even answered at all.
Yeah.
And they go, you're from Western Sydney, you got the wrong accent, you got the wrong hairdo, you got too many tattoos, we don't like you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, it needs to have the word West in it. We need to stick it to everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
We need to stick it to everyone and go, no, this isn't a Channel 9 news report of a stabbing in Western Sydney and Mount Druitt.
No.
We're going to change the word Western Sydney
to
mean something.
Yeah, that's right.
Not about a byline that's someone's byline where they've said something courageous happens out of Sydney, like Olympian from Western Sydney. You don't hear that. You hear Olympian from Sydney.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though they're from Western Sydney, they
it's
drop
usually
the West.
NRL player from Western Sydney.
Yeah, they drop it. They drop it.
Yeah.
They drop the West when it's a good achievement. When it's a poor display of someone's criminal activity or
all the time.
Western whacked right on there. It's
they're like,
right?
baby.
So I'm like, I've got to change. If I'm going to do anything on this planet, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to change the meaning of the word Western.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going West. Made in the West. That's the name. That's the name. Made in the West Film Festival.
Yep.
And so I named it that. And everyone goes, great fucking name.
Yeah, it's a good name, Made in the West.
And then we saw Made in Melbourne came out.
Yeah, I know.
They all started fucking popping up. I can certainly say we were the first.
Yeah,
no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Because I did research. There was Trop West.
Yep.
Which was a Trop Fest.
Fest, but West.
Yeah, Offspin. I know all of them. And none of them were calling it that. I go, Made in the West, because it draws upon being proud that we are a diverse community, that we are a community of different social, economic background, a community that really has to work hard to get it done.
We don't have a lot doing.
That's
We just got to make do.
We've got to make do.
Yeah, right? That should be the new slogan. Made in the West. We make do.
We make do. No, we make international quality.
There you
content,
go.
Man.
It's too long, the slogan, Pagey.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
No, but if you think about this, man, think about Places Please, right?
Yeah.
So back to my compliment that I still haven't got out yet.
Sorry, I keep getting on IMBD about other actors and
it's my fault. It's my fault. I totally take responsibility.
It's all good.
But when I watched that student film, I go, I made my crew go, check the paperwork. That's not a student film. They go, and I go, I'm going to check this guy out. He's saying it's a student film. What's he doing? No, he's a student.
Yep.
That's a student film, man. Like, that's
Sydney
legit.
Film School.
Because there was part of my brain that goes, am I being scammed right now?
Yeah,
wants
people
to
trying to
get a photo op. Is this what I'm getting?
He looks a bit older to be a student.
So I go, but then I go, why wouldn't you just submit it as a bloody independent? It's bloody mad.
I had that dilemma with a lot of film festivals. I would have to toss up, because it is above a student film. I don't even almost class it. Yes, I made it in film school, but everyone has said the same thing like you are now. It's hard to class it as a student film.
That's what I mean. That's to classify it.
Yes, that's right. It's so...
It's over the other side.
So I took the opportunity while they had categories like student. I was like, well, if I'm going to get in, I might as well show them that we did make this at school with little to no resources and little to no crew and no money. So, the school give you, shout out to Sydney Film School. That's where we went. So there was a crew, I think 6. They give you 2 days to make it. They give you $300 budget, which you just use to cater.
Yeah. Big deal. Like, feed your crew, man.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
Anyone that's out there listening, right?
Yes.
If you're trying to do a film, don't send people off to lunch.
No way.
Bring the food.
100%.
They're not going to get them back. They're actors. They're going to go, I'm having a great day today. How are you having a great day? This is fantastic. I'm really having a good time.
No.
I've got this other movie that's coming up. Do you want to talk about this? You're like,
yeah.
They're not on your movie.
No, bring the lunch to them. Make sure they're catered.
Don't let them leave.
So then when I wrote the film, I wrote it tracking. I wrote it that way. I wrote it fast paced.
Oh, shit.
That's all good. I made it sort of, La La Land, Whiplash. I guess Birdman now. I think Noises off. There's so many. I can't believe
you didn't reference Birdman.
And when someone said it to me afterwards, that one of the teachers was like, "It's got like a lot of Birdman-esque feeling," and I was like,
"It's the drums, man.
It's the drums
and it's the continuous shot."
I know, but I'd seen that totally once. I just pictured all this. Edgar Wright's obviously inspired by it as well.
Yeah.
So then. When I wrote it, the school had the actors' school there, the film school, and Excelsior Film College. So they only had they only had so much equipment, and everyone there's 180 kids trying to grab it all. Bidding war. So we didn't have a whole lot of the school's equipment.
Social engineering is the way to hack that one.
Well, yeah. Well, we couldn't because they were, off in Manly shooting that, and this person was so.
Oh, by crook then. If
well, me and the cinematographer. Shout out to our brilliant cinematographer Angus Lowe, which I'll get into his movie Wombo soon. We looked at our equipment and we knew that the school had Canon C100s or C300s, and we knew that the weight and the payload of that wouldn't be on my gimbal. We wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
so
it'd be wigging out, yeah.
Angus was like, well, why don't we just shoot this on my Sony A7 III? I've got 2 stills photography lenses. I was like, all right, yeah, sure. So then we did we went through the script.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, you sure you want to do this in one? I was like, yeah, bro, it has to be in one.
Well, that's why I doubt it. Continuous shot, right?
Yeah.
Continuous shot, the elements that go into pulling it off,
and
hiding your
lighting everything,
and then hiding your edit points,
where the transitions are. Angus and Sam Haranahan, who's the editor,
hard.
Yes, I would come up with a transition. Angus would come up with one, and then we'd all just come up with a transition, like through the door, through the shirt, out through the shirt, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because you're not just blocking the crew. You're also blocking the crew.
Yes, 100%.
Because you've got to keep them masked.
Yeah, masked. The whole time.
They've got to be behind principal.
Yeah.
So you got like...
I was in like a corner under a table with my phone because I bought a monitor, the Holy Land, that you can get 6 devices on.
Yeah, I use a Cineview.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The other one.
So we didn't have any of that at school. We had nothing. I bought that out of my pocket because I needed to see what was going on while Angus is tracking.
Very smart move. That is a very smart move.
So I can yell out and,
Very smart move.
So... we hid the transitions. I wrote it that way. We did a previs at the cinema, at the theatre. Worked it all out. We had little to no gear from the school, lighting-wise, because they just didn't have it. They gave us a few C-stands, and we made it work with what me and Angus had.
I like a good C-stand, but,
but we also like the darkness.
But it's principal lighting. A lot of that was principal.
Yeah, we had a lot of the darkness from the theatre. From the cinema, it had to feel real. Backstage had to feel real.
But what a lesson, right? So you learn about lighting and cinematography in film school, right? And they teach you these things. And then you realise that lighting isn't just about the light.
No.
It's about the shadow lines.
Yeah, that's right.
It's about casting shadows.
Yeah.
The more shadows that you cast in it. Like, I saw one in Breaking Bad where they do this, like, a track through a house. And you can see all the light coming in from the K2, but it was the sun, and you could see all these triangles that's cut across the hallway. You're like, oh, that's good.
We were learning it on the spot.
That's good.
Because it was such a big space.
Yeah.
So then...
and it's a theatre as well.
It's a theatre.
So it's hard,
I had to work their locations out with them.
They were short ceilings.
They had a show on.
Yeah.
So I had to work out... when we can shoot, and they're wonderful Castle Hill Pavilion, who I'm still friends with.
That's why you bring up producer every time. Director.
That's right.
And producer.
That's right. I was back and forth and greasing the wheels, what you have to do. And then, we figured out, like, obviously shots and all that sort of stuff. And then when the play that was on, the set, I was like, I'll write to that play. So we'll have the characters within the play, meta, within the play, within the movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it was Cactus Flower, which is, a Walter Matthau movie from 1950. So I was like, all right, well, they're going to be in Cactus Flower. So we use that, all that sort of stuff. And then it was 2 days. We did it in 2 days. A lot of other shoots went for 3, some went for 5. We did it in 2 days, and we're all happy to do that.
You did that in 2 days?
Did that in 2 days.
Yeah, but what was your planning regime though? That must have been
pre-production.
Your pre-production would have shortened that margin.
We are a pre-production house in Knoll Street.
Yeah, fix it in pre. Fix it in pre.
We are pre as much as we can. I spend months and months on it because I don't want to come to. There's always going to be problems, but in the pre-production, you prepare for those problems, and then when you get to production, if those problems arise, you go, remember that preparation we had for...
Yeah.
If so,
Well, this is a lost art. This is a lost art, preparation, right? So when we were like back in the day doing celluloid film, right?
Yeah.
It cost so much money.
Yeah.
That you have to get it right.
That's right. And some
lighting, positioning,
some people
blocking,
wanted to do that.
Mise en scène, just your set design.
Yeah.
Every intricacy
needs
to be looked after before you roll.
Digital makes a lot of those pain go away.
Yeah. Well, now you review on the spot.
That's
the
right.
Goes, can you show me the shot that I just did? You go, I don't want you to see the shot you just did because I'm trying to manipulate.
It's good. We're just going to do one more. One for me.
I'm trying to manipulate the situation, and that's going to fuck up my chi. I can't show you this shot because if I show you this shot, you might get self-conscious because 100%. I can see the mistake that's in it, and I don't want you to see your own mistake because then you're going to be self-judgment on it, and then you're going to start rolling that around in your head, and anything that I say is going to be fucking ineffectual. Yeah. So the answer is no, you're not seeing it.
I never let them see a monitor. I mean, they get BTS after. But
even take some BTS. Yeah, like go. Here's a BTS moment, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Take your shit and
I mean,
you got to do it on verticals anyway. Put on your socials.
Yeah, that's right.
Wizard behind the curtain sort of stuff. You know,
we did it in 2 days, and we did it.
Amazing.
We did it in 2 days, and we had the most difficult shot is when Keith comes out of he's just run into Hudson the Star, which he was like the James Dean of it. He's a home and away star. Oh, yeah. He comes out.
The James Dean, I like that. He's the James Dean. I'm going to use that.
Well, that's how I'd explain it to him when I directed him. You think you're James Dean. So
that's a good direction, actually.
Yeah.
Because he did that.
He started being cooler.
He did that.
I said, you're Johnny Bravo mixed with James Dean.
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, and he was like, you'll see when he struts out.
Another good reference, yeah.
So then he walks out, and he walks all the way to the stage, and he sits down, and then Tracy, the actress, comes over, Evelyn, and sits down to him, they talk, and she gives him the wise word, and then Angus does a 180, and then she leaves, he does a 180 back again, and then he whips off. That shot took 3 minutes to do. We did that 24 times.
Fuck.
24 times, but this is where you're talking about pre-production. Is we scheduled that in. We knew this shot was the money.
Yeah, it's the expansion, right?
That's right.
We know we know we're not going to get this.
Speaking to your department head, speaking to your DP on he's going to be no shoes on. He's going to be sweating. He's going to be holding this. His arms are going to be jacked out of their mind. So we spoke to him. How long do Angus do you think this is going to take?
How many breaks do you need?
Oh man, and what happened was we got to the 4th one, and you hear me on the monitor yell, "We've got it!" And everyone's clapping and cheering. You hear Angus going, "That was amazing, amazing. Let's go one more." One more turned into 20 more, and we end up using the 4th, but we spaced that time out in pre-production and scheduled it for that time. So we allowed.
But imagine that on the other side of it though. You're like, you took the 4th,
yes,
and you could have cut it there and go.
We could have.
I'm saving my time, right?
Yeah.
But what if it was the number 19?
Yeah, that's right.
And by going through that process, what you've actually done is that you solidified your crew.
Yeah.
You solidified your cast.
Yeah.
Because now they go, oh man, he's particular.
Yeah, that's
he's particular.
right.
But he's nice.
Me and the DOP.
He's not. They're not flogging us.
Yeah,
they're inspiring us to do it. You go, oh, I don't mind doing this 24 times actually.
Yeah.
Like if you're being flogged over it, like fucking get to work. You fuck. No, I don't like fucking that. What are you fucking doing? If you started doing that,
there was none. I'm very calm. Very calm.
Yeah, but that's it. But that's why I talk about battle groups.
Yeah.
Because when you think about battle groups, you think about this Rambo aggressive person.
Yeah.
No,
that does not help any situation.
Does not help.
No way.
If you're in a tense situation, you want to calm.
You want the guy to look at you. He's like, it's all good, man.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's moments to get aggressive.
Sure, on your own.
Yeah,
don't let the crew or cast.
But don't transcribe that across to your comrades, man.
No,
you've got to. You should be aggressive to the art.
Yeah,
getting
right.
The capture.
Yeah, and be excited about when you get it.
Yeah,
we jump up, and me and Angus always know we both get these tingles throughout. We got a great understanding of each other.
Yeah.
He's watching the monitor on his gimbal wherever he is, and I'm watching one on a tablet or whatever, and the minute I call cut, you can still hear it in the rushes. Where we go, that's the one there, and we're riding high five each other.
Yeah.
But we meet in the middle very much so. So I was obviously happy between 4 and 10 takes.
Yeah.
But then he would say, I need more coverage. Let's just keep going. We've got the time. And I'd go, fair. I wouldn't just stop him and go, no, we can't. I would think about it, look at the time.
You'll compound the fear by doing that.
Yeah, that's right. Bring in the first AD. Do we have the time? We all do. We look at each other. Okay, give him another Red Bull. Let's rock and roll,
Yeah, but just even pulling focus on those shots.
Well, yeah,
must
it was
have been
auto.
fucking hard.
Focus.
So running auto on that, you're like, fuck, that's risky.
Yeah. And
super risk.
Yeah. He would lose. We'd lose it all the time.
Yeah, because you just get phased, right?
Rolling reset. Rolling, and I'm just like, it's cool. And the actors were all so professional and good, and they've,
But that's the limit of the gear as well, though.
Yeah.
So if you were running different track shots that weren't on gimbal, then you would have a focus pull operator. That's right. You'd mark it out.
Didn't have it. We didn't have the gear. We didn't have the resources.
That's what I like. Like, when I've marked out shots so we go, right, so, because, on the side of a focus pull, you got that little white wheel.
Yeah, that's right.
And they go, why is that white wheel there? I go, well, you see that little arrow?
Yeah.
You go, here's a magic marker, and you just go, that one there. Right, where is it? And
or your gaff, whatever. Yeah,
you don't even look at it.
No.
You just go, that line, and cue.
Yeah.
Like, that's really amazing. They go, that's amazing. You go, well, that's how you do it.
Well, there was one point where I was like, do I shell out for a steady cam so someone can pull focus and we can have more of a payload? And we're like, nah, like, because we did the previews and we cut it together. Just the previews, actors with scripts.
Yeah, but I think he had it has the smoothness of being like slick.
Yeah,
but it has the franticness.
That's right.
Of being mobile.
Yes, because we went handheld a handful of times on the whips.
Yeah, that's
the whips were hard for Angus. I felt sorry for him.
You would have had to do some handheld. In there to
take
get that
the monitor off handheld.
Yeah, because you need to flick it, right?
Yeah, I felt sorry for him because he's drooping sweat and he's having to do like
you'll be right.
Tall person to short person. So he's going. So as a producer, the best thing I could do was
height manage.
Yeah, and and make sure he's really looked after. He's fed. He's hydrated. He's got like an assistant with him.
Yeah. Just have
as a producer because he's doing the physical part of it all.
That's
of course, I'm sweating back here with actors going blah blah blah, but.
Yeah, we got to look holding onto the rig.
100%.
Oh, dude, look,
I'll never ever say.
Well, music videos is a hard one, right? Like, when I shoot music videos on a gimbal, right, you usually do the whole song all the way through.
Yeah.
Then you do the whole song all the way through. Then you do the whole song all the way through. You don't do it in segments.
Yeah, that's right.
You just basically go, all right, we're going to just reconfigure the angles.
Yeah.
Reconfigure the angles. Reconfigure the angles, and you just can do continuous shooting.
Yeah.
So you just really feel it in your muscles, right? You're like, shit, man, this is because any bump, you've lost.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't bump,
and I knew he felt like it was all on him in those shots too because he's manning it. As much as I'm saying things on the monitor, he's manning it. He's got the weight behind him, and we just did. Should I get into my next move yet? I'll let you.
No segues. I got us. I'm close to a battery run out on that.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I have to have a piss break anyway, and I've got to get another beer.
Yeah, that's all good.
It's Wombo.
Yes.
Wombo.
So that is the man.
We'll come back to it. Wombo.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm just foreshadowing.
You didn't hear that, guys. You didn't
foreshadowing.
Hear that.
Just foreshadowing.
We just got to say it more creepy when we get into it.
Wombo.
Perfect. That's how we came up with it.
Or I could do it a bit more creepy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wombo.
Well, the first part of it sounded like Duff Man, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm thrusting in the direction of Wombo. Yeah, dude. I love a microphone.
Yeah, they're good. I've never sounded so good in my life.
Yeah. No, you can really get resonant. Get fully resonant and be very precise.
I should get one of these for my wife.
Look, out of everyone that's listening to this, they go, the last person that needs a fucking microphone is Ross. But no, screaming vocalist into a microphone, doing ADR, doing voices for VOs, and I love it. I absolutely love mic work.
Yeah.
Mic work is some of my most fun work that I ever do.
Well,
and Foley as well, even just working Foley with a mic as well.
Yeah.
Just mic work in general.
Yeah, wonderful.
I love Foley. Foley's really cool. No, but you react the film.
Yeah. We did that for Angus's movie Beast.
Yeah.
We did a little bit for Places, but because school had their own audio suite, so we did, like leaves and stuff like that, and we got in there and we'll,
Mate, I've got a whole,
doing all sorts, crunching bottles and
stuff. I've got cases of it. Okay, so Fire VHS tape.
Yeah,
is fantastic. You can turn that if you slow it down, it turns into Rain. So Rain and Fire comes from VHS tape. Running surfaces, so I'll do it here. Just right behind you here. I'll show you. Just in this space here.
Yeah.
And that dead space there. So I'll do all my Foley work there.
Yeah.
And I'll show people. They go, "Oh, what do you think of this film?" They go, "That's really good." I go, "What do you think the sound is on?" They go, that was really recorded well." I said, "Not one sound that you listened to was recorded on set.
Wow.
Not one." And they go, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Because of obsession.
Yeah.
Like, I'll even have someone that when they sit down in a car and if their knees bump the keys.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's going
I do that all the time.
Yeah, well, diegetic, non-diegetic.
That's right. I remember learning a little bit of that. We didn't non-shout out to the film school. We didn't have the greatest of audio teachers, but I won't say names.
Yeah, you don't need to bash them all.
No, definitely. No, the school
we praise the winners and we don't mention the losers.
Yeah, we had a lot of great teachers,
talk about
though. You know, we had our cinematography teacher, Les Parrott. You know, he shot, you'd like this, Thunderbolts. He was a cinematographer for Thunderbolts. Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds, and you being a muso, he was a cinematographer for the Beatles doco. It's on Disney.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, one where they're all hanging out in the studio the whole time.
I love it when someone gets a credit.
Yeah.
I love it when one pierces through. Like I've interviewed a few people even on the show. Like big shout out to David Hoy actually.
Oh yeah.
Ended up on Last King of the Cross.
Okay, yeah.
Maria Tran.
I've met Maria. Yeah.
Oh, Maria's amazing.
Yeah.
We were talking about sweating before, right?
Yeah.
Like I've done it on both ends. Like I've been the sweating camera operator. And now I've been the sweating actor as well. Yeah. Because, doing an action film's really hard.
Yeah,
it's super hard.
Obviously, we haven't... No, we haven't made any action movies, but, like...
It's very hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of takes because you've got to, especially fight scenes. And I was wearing a full leather suit.
Full Neo.
And it's like, and it was like 40-degree heat in some of those.
Inside, outside,
and the venue was hotter in some of them. Like, you're just sweating constantly. But that's why, assistants are really good. Like, I had... Big shout out to Elizabeth, actually, if you're listening. Because my foundation would be coming off. They'd just be patting me down. Yeah. Putting ice packs in my suit.
That's a smart move.
Just putting ice packs in, fanning me down constantly. And I know this might sound weird, like, but if I didn't do military training, I don't think I would have gotten through that.
Yeah, really, was that?
It's high endurance.
Yeah,
because I'm a bit of a fitness buff. But yeah, man, like, my gosh, it was so good though. Like, it's the hardest, easiest thing I've ever done.
Is this for Echo 8?
Yeah, Echo 8.
I have to see it. Yeah,
Echo 8 5x5. Go and check out the Echo 8 trilogy. Actually, we had a massive write up in If magazine, Inside Film magazine for 5x5 and beyond. Echo 8. Go and check it out. It's online.
She's blazing a trail. Old Maria.
Oh, mate. Yeah. I've known her for a long time. There was actually we connected over ADR. I was doing an ADR project with her, and she's looking around the studios like, all these weapons around here. Do you know how to use them? I go, a little bit. Yeah. She goes, can you do me a demo? I'm like, okay.
I've met her briefly at Inner West last year, and she was super passionate. She pitched at the Inner West. We filmed.
Inner West Film Fest?
Yeah. She pitched to a judging panel. I think it was for I forget the awards, but there was grants or mentorships and stuff like that. And us and our crew, we filmed the pitches and interviews and stuff like that and put it on. And she was by far, Passion Pop. They were there as well.
Chris and Leno, big shout out.
Chris and
did his Matt. DCP as well.
Yeah,
I think I did the DCP for that event actually.
Oh, did you? There you go. Well, that's tomorrow night. So yeah. But she was the most passionate for the pitches.
Yeah.
She was like, she was. Yeah.
Oh no, Maria nails it, man. Yeah. She's just like highly focused. Yeah. Highly talented people. Like but when you work with people like that, and people say it to me. They go, "Man, how do you get it all done?" Like I don't know the answer to that question.
Wake up early, go to bed late.
Yeah. I guess my family suffers probably the most. They don't get to see me a lot because you're always working long hours, and when you're not working long hours, you're like, I gotta.
You're not really present.
Yeah. And or you just go, I just want to get drunk. Ooh,
battery.
No.
That's all right, guys. I'm still on the show. Let me run the rest of this.
Oh no, we got a battery run out, so let's just.
So we've got a new co-host. Oh no, we're killing record. Yep, all good.
I'm gonna kill the record.
Get away with.
Well, always ask for the evidence. That's what they say. But I think you get fined more. Yeah, if you're wrong.
Yeah, they're like, how dare you test us?
Yeah, but it's like a double down on a, what do you call it? Sorry, folks, we've just started rolling in. We're talking about traffic fines.
Yeah.
Getting caught on your mobile phone.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a black magic double down. You know when you play black magic? Black magic. When you play blackjack. Sorry, cinematography brain.
Yeah.
When you play blackjack, you can buy insurance.
Yeah.
In case they have the blackjack, and you sort of get you get a little bit of it back. It's kind of like that. It's like totally a gamble. I was saying to someone the other day, like insurance.
Yep.
I go, insurance is a bet.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you mean? I go, you're betting that your house is not going to burn down.
Yeah.
No, you're betting that your house will burn down, and you're going to place that bet every month.
Yep. Pretty much.
And they're betting that your house won't burn down.
Yeah. And they're winning.
And they're winning. So, and when your house burns down, you win the bet.
Yeah.
I go, that's.
But you also lose the bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you lost your house.
You lost the house.
Yeah.
But you gained the money of the value of the house. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's orange. That's really orange.
It is pretty orange.
It's not natural though. I do. Nah, you'll be right. Yeah. Let's have a look. Everything's died on me. Everything's falling apart. Let's go. There we go. Back towards. He'll be right. He'll be right, mate. He'll be right. Yeah. So that's a bet. It's a total bet. And I think, like, I know, segue to politics for a second. Not too much. Let's not go too far. We might get cancelled. But environmental changes. Places are flooding. If you can't insure your house for flood, how is it still the same value? It's one that I go. One day that chicken is coming home to roost. It's
a good question.
Because, like, your value should be based on if you can insure it or not, surely. Surely that's part of the process. But, yeah, how come it's still the same value? Like, beachfront property hasn't dropped, but you can't insure it. So they're going, oh, well, there's no bet to be had because that bet is so risky.
Yeah, that's right.
They won't take it.
Yeah.
So you go, well, how is that value the same? Okay, I'm not an economist.
This is something for you to take to Parliament.
Dude, I'm not an economist. I'm not an expert. But I go, well, there's something weird with that. Like, I see things like this all the time, right? Like, you go to a pub, you get a, skibby a beer.
Yep.
$7, $6 if you're doing really well, $5 on a happy hour if you're doing really well at certain pubs. But generally, you can pay up to $9 for a glass of 500 ml of beer. $2 can get you a litre of petrol.
Yes.
What's more effectual? What has more impact, the beer or the petrol? You go, shouldn't the petrol be $6 and the beer too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Agreed.
Like, why is it like that? Why is the beer that price?
Beers used to be $2.
Yeah, but why does the beer cost more?
Yeah.
In volume.
Yeah.
Than petrol.
Yeah.
Because think about the petrol process. Like they mine it and refine it.
Yeah.
Deliver it. Surely the overhead for making that.
This is why you've got to run for the mayor of Penrith, and then from there you become the premier.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what would be after mayor of Penrith? What's the next level?
Oh, then your state government.
State government.
So you got local government, state government, federal government.
Local, then state, and then federal.
Well, that's how they get locked in a lot, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was saying to you before, like, Misty and I follow politics like people watch football.
You do, yeah. And what did I say? The only politics I know is what I watch on SNL every week.
Well, you're probably getting more accurate information in that space, to be frank. Because I've been doing this for years, right? Because my, I come from a political family. They also political junkyard dogs, man. Like, Liberal and Labor.
Yeah.
But ferocious about it. They're well known.
Yeah.
Especially through my old man. He worked in state government.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah.
Legislative assembly, so where they make bills between the House and Senate. And,
right.
He would do all of what the politicians don't want to do.
Yeah.
Actually writing the bill and getting it stamped by the governor. That's what he used to do. So he used to. Politics was a massive topic in my family for decades. And I still, to this very day, ring up the old man and make side bets sometimes. I won a bet about Julia Gillard with him.
Oh.
I said, the Garanga's getting in, mate.
Yeah.
He goes, no. I go, dude, I'm watching the news and I'm telling you, what I'm seeing is propaganda-style content that's suggesting that they're going to axe the PM and put her in.
Yeah.
He goes, no one's ever done that.
This is the period when everyone was chopping and changing.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Labor did it first, and then Liberal bagged them out for doing it. But then Liberal did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the language for me, language is very important. Like, especially, think about film, right?
Yep.
Language is, like, film is interesting, right? Because everyone can watch film and think that they can speak film language. No, they can only receive it. They can't transmit film language. Because when you start to go and make a movie, you realise it's really fucking hard.
Yeah, fucker. Agreed.
So listening to film language and speaking film language...
Yeah, that's right.
Is two
different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
And I find that the same thing in the media space. If you're watching ABC to get an idea, you have to watch Sky News as well.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're going to get
you got to get both sides.
You're going to get left and right of that politics.
Yeah.
But this day and age, you also have to do the reels.
Yeah.
because like I've never seen so much negative liberal content ever. Like I thought it was really strange to me. Another segue. Peter Dutton comes out and he's like, "Oh, the Sunday Telegraph app, you got to get on it because they tell the truth. Young people should get onto it." And I was like, I could see where that comment comes from. Like, you can go, his advisors are saying, "How come we're not getting any traction?"
Yeah.
Because they're all on social media and we're not activating in that space.
That's right.
I go, well, we've got to get activated in that space. How do we get activated in that space? Oh, we talk to the guys that always are sympathetic to our message.
We get everyone on the app.
Get them on the app.
Yep.
Like, so how many 19-year-olds do you know that are going to buy the...
None. Zero. We click into it on a Facebook ad and it asks for $2 and we go, oh, fuck, don't worry about it.
Fuck that. How many subscriptions?
Anytime I see a news article and I'm like, oh, what, really? I click that and it goes $2.99. I go, oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, dude. But think about how many subscriptions you have.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like, even just in your media practice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on Artist.io to get music and other, transition assets.
Yeah, Shot Deck and all those sort of things. Yeah.
Then you've got your entertainment suite.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yep.
Apple TV. If you've got kids, probably Disney.
Yeah, Stan. Stan's a big one for me. I love Stan.
Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Paramount. Hulu. It goes on.
Yeah, it does. It's too much.
It's too much.
I miss the days when we just on a Friday night go to the...
Oh, dude. Oh, look, this is the other... This is what spins me out. Okay. So they talk about fibre to the house. And like when you research, because I research because I'm a nerd. I research and I realise, so the Murdoch industry has most of the cable networks that go to people's houses through copper.
Yeah, Murdoch's got all that.
Yeah, that's his infrastructure.
Yeah,
so that's why they're all pushing it.
Yeah.
Because he's pushing the news for him. He goes, well, if I'm doing a positive news story for you, instead of this, the fibre to house will put me out of business. So you need to get rid of that and make it copper to the house because that's what I've already got.
Right.
But when they actually implement, he lied about how strong that infrastructure was. So when they went to go and implement, they go, that network cannot handle that login load. It just can't. Like, because you think about internet traffic versus the speed of light versus the speed of light in a copper wire versus the speed of light in a fibre optic. Your bandwidth is significantly fucking different.
He's got his hands in
everything. Look, I know a lot about it because I worked in TV for a long time.
Yeah. I knew he had his... Fox and all, like...
Yeah, but there's the big billionaires.
Yeah, yes,
right? There's the big billionaires. So you've got, like, the ones that everyone knows. There's the ones that people know. Kerry Stokes, Channel 7. The Packers when they were Channel 9. The Murdochs. They were doing Channel 10 for a while. And all of, obviously, their printed presses. And then you've got people like Bruce Gordon. Never heard of him, right?
No.
You have heard of Win TV?
Yes, in Central Coast.
That's him, right? So he owns all of the transmission retrans sites around Australia. So if you think about terrestrial broadcast, you'll have like the TV station in Channel 10, for instance, in Sydney.
Yep.
It's like a sprinkler.
Yeah.
So they'll send out their city broadcast.
Yep.
But that city broadcast needs to be picked up and then sent regionally.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Redistributed.
Yes.
Along a retrans network.
Yeah.
Terrestrial retrans network.
Right. And he owns
all of them.
Fuck, okay. So he's an undercover billionaire.
He is, yeah. He used to...
Only really certain people know.
Yeah, and that's certain companies I work for.
Yeah.
Like I've known his associates to ring up from Bermuda. Going
from Bermuda.
Yeah, like it, because if you're doing the State of Origin, and you have like 6 seconds of black going to air. Yeah. Because 6 seconds of black, you can calculate how much that's worth. Like, so how much does an ad in the State of Origin? And if you had 6 seconds of black, that is 6 seconds of unused real estate.
Yeah, everyone was like, what the hell are we doing? We got to get on this, man.
Phone will ring.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, they're ferocious, right?
Yeah.
So, that's that. Not a lot of people understand how interlocked those oligarchs are. So the Gordons of the world will then do a deal with the Murdochs of the world.
That's right.
Because they go, well, we're running the content from the CBD point of view and you're running the regional content, but they all have a share in the advertising revenue. Yes. And that's the older model, but then they moved into a football, racing, gambling model. Yeah. So now they push that out to the apps. Yep. It's kind of like smoking ads.
The handshakes make the world go round.
Dude, but you think about it. It's really like, if you go back to NRL 80s, 90s, it was called the Winfield Cup.
Yeah, I remember,
Sporting event after a smoking company.
Yeah, that's right, the Winfield Blues,
Sponsored by VB. So they
go,
protect the kids. You can't have the kids looking at this content.
No.
We've got to put on packaging, we've got to put cigarette, dead Brian on there,
right?
Yeah.
Fucking R.I.P. Dead Brian, wherever you are.
Yeah, big shout out, Brian.
He's not on there anymore, is he?
He's still out
Is
there.
he still the guy?
Keep on trucking, buddy.
Oh man, Brian. Bro.
Actually, the conspiracy behind him is he had nothing to do.
Yes, I remember.
He was actually a smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a different type of sickness.
Oh no, he had AIDS and cancer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with cigarettes.
Yeah. I think he died of pneumonia.
Yeah.
But, I probably need to Google that.
Sorry,
Brian.
Sorry, Brian.
R.I.P. If you even
Brian writes into this and he's fully healthy and he's a PE teacher somewhere in Queensland. And he's like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, there's two photos of Brian.
Yeah.
There's the one where he's healthy,
yeah.
and there's one where he's not healthy.
Yes.
I know someone who's got a tattoo of Brian unhealthy
oh, no.
on the cross.
Oh,
like,
God.
It's like Jesus.
I'm sorry for laughing at all my religious friends.
But what goes through your mind? You go, do you know, got a mad tattoo idea. I'm going to put, Brian from the cigarette packet.
Yeah.
But not the healthy one.
Yeah.
That
Brian, I know the Brian I'm thinking of.
Cancer emaciated Brian, and I'm going to put him on a cross, and I'm going to put that on my fucking leg.
Poor Brian.
Yeah, so Brian's a tattoo out there.
Yeah.
But I look at gambling the same way. Like it's harmful.
Yeah.
Gambling's harmful for young people. Like, don't get me wrong.
I don't gamble at all.
Well, I don't mind a punt.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I played the pokies. Like, I'll do sports bet every now and then, but not even every now and then. It's probably been years.
Yeah, I'm more of a side bets gambler.
Right, okay. I bet on the Oscars, which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a mad bet.
Yeah, I know, but
it's a mad thing to bet on.
Well, they're so guaranteed most of the time. The last time I think I bet on it was...
Just think politically.
I think out of the heart, I think I wanted Margot to win for I, Tonya.
Yeah.
And I think Jordan Peele for Get Out, but it didn't work out.
It's kind of like Trot Festival. It's only their friends, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Oh, dude, I learned some things about... apparently, I saw...
it's come back.
It's coming back. You saw the ad?
Yeah, I saw the ad.
I
wasn't around for, obviously, only been in the game for 2 years.
Bad blood with Trot Fest. I don't
know anything about them. Well, I know about them. The guy that runs it, John
Paulson.
John Paulson. I know him as a director.
Mm.
He directed De Niro and stuff. I think he did. What did he do? That Australian movie with Ben Middleton. He's done some. He's been around for a long time.
Well, the thing that's funny me about them is like when you submit to their festival. Yeah. Prior, I imagine like they'll be the same when they come up.
Yeah.
Is that they have copyright to your film.
Oh, really?
They own exclusive copyright. So by submitting to their film festival, you
can't play anywhere else.
You can't play your film anywhere else, and you can't sell it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't sell it.
Do you reckon that will still be the same system?
I imagine so. But what really bummed me is I learnt that so Tropfest went down for whatever reason. They had an embezzlement issue.
Yeah, he went over and worked at Tribeca. Like
it's probably just mismanaged company. Yeah. Like they say it was this bad guy, but it's just incompetence probably.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, like they when they went under, they sold their entire catalogue to Qantas.
Whoa!
So imagine you're a filmmaker.
Yeah.
10 years ago, you made a film for Tropfest.
Yeah.
You go, I'm going to go on a holiday.
Yeah, I'm going to Hawaii. Here we go.
I go, short film section. I've made short films. I like short films. That's my film.
Oh, wow.
Imagine that experience.
It'd be a win and a loss because it'd be like, oh, well, everyone on the plane can see my film, but I'm not getting any money for it.
Any revenue. Yeah, well, look at Main the West, right? Like, because we put in our contract going, we have... what do you call it? Promotional rights to your film. So we go, we're going to put it in promos, but we won't show it in its outright likeness.
Yeah.
Without your permission.
Yes, which is what's happening with mine getting played.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did a sale on yours.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
So some people are really lucky in Main the West because we do a sale on their film because we especially a big shout out again to Accor Stadium and in the park events.
Yeah.
Government New South Wales there because that's a great avenue because we get to show people's films while they're going to see.
That's right. I'm
Pink or bloody
talking to Misty about it now when it's on next, so I can go and take a photo and be near it. And
yeah, that's it. And and that's what we get. We get people that promote themselves, and then people walking by eating a hot dog go, "What's going on with that?"
Yeah, I know that guy from Blacktown. You never know.
It's brand reinforcement and it's exposure for artists. Yeah. And you get paid.
Yeah, that's right. I've got the contract. Yeah,
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. Like Main the West takes a fee for that.
Yes, for sure.
We take an administrative fee. But our fee is smaller than your fee.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys are the middleman. I mean, you got to get
the artist deserves.
I know.
Deserves to.
Well, you both deserving.
Yeah, I know, but if you don't reward the artist, why would they come back?
I fully agree. Actually, you know, I was speaking to Ryan about.
We sold a lot of his stuff as well.
Yeah. About Made in the West, and
I should say lease. We don't sell it; we lease them.
We lease it, yes. Yeah. And I was saying that thought it might be a nice idea. I mean, it's your event. Here I am with ideas now.
Yeah.
God, I win 1 year,
this
and
this is how infiltration begins.
Might do something like the Oscars do, where you bring back the previous year's winners to. You obviously MC, you do all that sort of stuff, but they would just announce the winner of the previous, like the Oscars do.
Idea.
Yeah, I thought that would be cool.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm going to put that into the committee
because a year later, who knows where they are right now in their
That's
career?
Right, yeah.
You
well,
know?
we always have an issue with. Well, that's not an issue. It's just a curation programming problem.
Yeah.
So when I do Main the West, like I do like my MC part at the start, where I get introduced by the main MC.
Yep.
And I do an inspirational speech at the start.
Of course, yes.
Talking about why we're here and
why you created it, yes.
What's important,
everything, yeah.
You know, a bit of inspiration and a bit of fire.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll present the awards at the end.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also producing the online film festival.
Yeah.
Where I'm doing a shoot. And then I'm running the...
You're doing interviews, getting thrown around.
I'm running and I'm also second producer on the content that's running outside.
Yeah, that's right, with the guys, yeah.
And the mainline content running out of the booth for the festival itself. I'm the principal for that. So don't get me wrong, my crew's doing that, but I still need to...
You got to oversee.
Oversee and check in. So getting other hosts in there to present awards.
You would just introduce and we'd do blah 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 and then hand it back to you.
Just schedule it.
Yeah,
I hand that over to the producers.
Yeah,
and a big shout out Jay and Misty. They would just schedule that.
Yeah, you know? I thought that would be a nice little. I know they do at the Oscars. It's always a good touch. It's almost passing the baton on as well a little bit. You know, like
profile raising stuff. Like, that's hence the Pagey train.
Yeah. So
like on the Pagey train, we'll only get like between 200 views on YouTube.
Yep.
Between maybe 50 and 1,000 on
that's 50
Spotify.
people though. That's 50. Yeah, like the way I see that, with our crew is, I'll do pamphlets and stuff like that go with our cinema screenings. Yeah. For instance, Wombo.
Yeah, we'll get to Wombo,
which is tomorrow.
I've got notes.
Which is tomorrow. I created this, a fake news paper article because it's about it's about a sort of beast, a sort of yowie sort of.
Oh, you're in careful. I can't give it too far away.
Yeah, I don't want to careful
country. I can hear you're in careful country.
But fake news article.
Fake news. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a fake news article that will be a seat dropper, and it it talks about the cast and the crew, and it has a QR code, and it's basically giving people a chance to watch it and go, oh, I remember that. Like I'll scan that, and then they follow us,
and it spikes interest.
Yeah, that's right. So those little things.
Yeah. Well, audience building, right?
Audience building, yeah.
Yeah, and pathway to audience, right?
Yeah.
So that's what your film needs is pathway to audience.
Yeah.
And that's what Made in the West is. It's a distribution network. It's a collaborative network. And we've moved into a production house.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we may as well make content with all these cool people.
That's right.
We may as well be a content provision. We sell that content as a lease to screens around Australia. We even sell to Melbourne, man. We sell to other film festivals, man.
Yeah.
That's the one that spins me out. Like, I didn't know ever starting a film. I didn't know I was going to start a film festival.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't tell you, the second film festival.
Yes.
Made in the West, number 2, 300 people showed up. And then we realized...
doubled it.
We realised, this is people hungry.
Yeah, that's right. Back at the Roxy?
Yeah, Roxy, yeah.
Yeah.
2 years at the Roxy. Then it was Paddington for 4 years. Yeah. And we've been at Event Cinemas now for 8 years, I think. 9 years.
Obviously got a great relationship going on there.
Dude, it happened over a cup of coffee by chance.
Yeah.
We by chance met the franchise owner of 3 cinemas, and they said, "Oh, what would you pay at your last venue?" They go, "I'll match that."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you have no idea how valuable that is.
Bigger.
You have no idea how valuable that is. What you've just given us. You've given us an opportunity."
Yeah, that's right.
And I won't mention it. I don't want to be out of turn, but the guys at Event Cinemas are fucking amazing. All of them, from the executives down to someone who's serving you popcorn, they are amazing. Can't ask more out of them. And we have a great relationship. Like, we all make money out of it.
Yeah.
Out of a free event.
Yeah.
We all make money out of a free event, which is
best festival I've been to. It was such good fun.
Yeah, well, look, it just needs to be about accessibility.
Yeah.
And it's about getting content on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting bums on a seat. So I watch the filmmakers watching the audience.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I listen, and it was the most interactive audience that I've witnessed, to what was happening.
It's electric.
The most laughs or the most ohs and the most, Dude, claps and cheers.
Dude, it spun me out. They even cheered the promos.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, wow, how electric is an audience where they're cheering the promos? Even out of last year, that was the biggest spike I had in subscription to the Pagey train. Because you can actually see the spikes of subscription when you advertise. I do a small little ad at the festival, and I had 30 followers.
Yeah.
Just on that one ad, which is massive. Like, it takes you ages to accumulate followers.
And you run into people that have been to this festival, like all over. So I'm on a show. I won't say the show right now. I'm doing a show, and the DOP, I was wearing the Made in this West hat on the show.
Yeah.
And he said, I was there this year. I was like, really? I was like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Rouse Hill, but I'm from Queensland. I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, I shot my mate's trailer that played. The trailer that played halfway through. It was
which one?
How was it? I don't know if it was a sci-fi one. He explained it.
It
was
it's hard to remember.
Yeah, I know. It was a bit like a. I don't even know. Now I'm making noises in my mouth, but.
There was a dancing. There was an Asian-centric sort of film that was about dance.
This was like
sci-fi. It was an action one, but the sci-fi one I can't remember. There was.
This could have been action or sci-fi. It was one of them.
Pretty sure there was an action one.
And he was like, and he got
second one was an action one.
Got his photo up, and there he was on the red carpet. And I was like, yeah, man, this was my film. He's like, I remember that film. I was like, yeah, and this was whenever the festival was, and now we're on a set elsewhere, and he's the DOP, and I'm something else, and then we run into each other, and I was like, and he saw the hat. See what I mean? It's the reach.
Yeah, that's it. Well, the one that really spun me out is my nephew. This is a terrible story, but I'll tell it. It's a great story, but a terrible story. Big shout out, Phil. I'm sorry, Phil.
Phil the plumber?
No, Phil my brother.
I brought that up earlier.
My brother-in-law.
Okay.
So I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the rogue uncle, right? Like, I'm the crazy uncle that drinks too much at a wedding, right?
Yeah, okay.
And his boy, Phil's boy, Will, was mad footballer.
Yeah.
Got some scholarship over to play union in London.
Yeah, nice.
With David Campese.
Wow, yeah.
He at 5 years old, he won the $20,000 on the footy show for
yes,
League
I've had
of their
friends
own.
Yeah.
Right, like, and I watched him as like he might have been 6 actually. I watched him as 6 years old, this tall, tackle someone this Samoan kid this tall, in midair. You're like, jeez, ferocious, like small bloke, but ferocious football player. And now I was doing a podcast, directing movies, and being in movies. And he goes, I like what Uncle Ross is doing. He goes, I want to be an actor.
Oh.
And then Phil's like, oh no. Anyway, he goes, I go, what do you want to do, man? He goes, I want to be Peter Pan in the school production, but he goes to a private school.
Yeah. You
can imagine like a production with a bit of budget for a student high school space where they've got, they've got change rooms, they've got costumes, good stage management, good lighting, digitally captured as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a budget for a small production.
Yeah.
For a low skill production, a lot comes out of it.
Yeah.
Is my point. And he goes, I want to be the lead actor. I'm like, I want to play
Pan.
Okay, you want to be Peter Pan? I'm like, fuck, dude, all right. That's really hard. That's a tall order, dude.
Yeah,
You've never done this before, and you want to go in and be the man.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, look, let me help you out. And if you don't get that role, just be happy to take a supporting role. Like, there's no small roles, just small actors, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Just
be one of the Lost Boys.
Be one of the Lost Boys.
Rufio.
Yeah, no, so I go, what am I going to do to help this kid? And I go, if I do a 4K, 3-camera shoot, one on gimbal, right?
Yes.
Right? Rehearse it with him.
Yeah.
Because he knows all his moves, he knows all his lines.
Yeah.
All I got to do is light it. And then I fully mic'd him and full like hidden mic.
Labbed him,
right.
Wow.
Yeah, full hidden lab.
Wow.
And I did a 3-camera shoot in 4K, totally color corrected.
Oh wow, you edit. You're great.
I ran the sound through a sound desk so that I can then balance his voice into the music and then did a 8-channel sound mix for him. Like I did a full Like,
were you sending this audition tape to the school?
Yeah. So I did him like a $5,000 fucking video, right? So I was like, and I remember I didn't say to my relatives, I didn't go, oh, this is what it's worth.
Yeah,
like,
you just did it.
I just did it, right? And I was a bit hesitant because I go, they're going to expect it every time. I go, this is $5,000 worth.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this every time. But then there was so much debate with the school because they had this other kid aligned for it, and then they get this other video. Go, oh, but it's good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it kept coming back and forth, and they go, we need another video in the next 48 hours. So I dropped what I was doing. I'm like, clearly some drama mum out there, is fucking with me. Yeah, that
has some cash to burn. It sounds.
Yeah. So they've gone to different, coaches to get more voice coaching. I'm like, because I'm a musician and actor and director. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Yeah, and he had to submit another. Outside the protocol, right? You only had to submit a rehearsal tape.
It's getting down to the wire now. Chemistry.
Oh, actually, we need another one. I'm like, all right, I'll be there in 12 hours. Cut him another one.
Yeah.
Did another $5,000 video. And I even did one like for another role, just in case, supplement, but hedge your bets, And he fucking got it.
Oh.
After all the tribulations and all of the politics, anything that goes behind. You can imagine.
He better fucking love acting.
Private school wants little Johnny to be an actor, and she's fucking serious, right? But this kid, his parents are supportive. Don't get me wrong, but they go, "I'd rather you play football."
Yeah, I know. Was he a Western kid, Sydney kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah.
And but I could see it on him when he was talking to me. I'm like, talking like, I wish I was you, kid. Yeah, like that's how he was talking to me. I'm like, man, if I was talking like you, like when I was your age, oh man, my life would be probably very different right now. Yeah. So I was inspired. I'm like, he's got it going. He's got
inspiring each other.
He's got camera presence. He's got stage presence. He's got a voice to the work, and he knows his lines.
And is he still doing it today?
Yeah, he's in Footloose. I'm going to go see him.
All right.
Tomorrow night, I believe.
Is he Ren?
No, he's playing a few characters in different performances. True. But he's two of the main leads, I think.
Yeah, Ren McCormick.
He's doing Ren,
Ren McCormick, yeah.
So, absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. But, there's part of me that's like, Philip's like, oh, you can't really earn a lot of money doing it. I go, well, depends who you are.
Yeah, that's right. That's the common fucking sentence that everyone says straight away.
Just go to uni, man. Go to uni, get a degree in engineering, whatever. And then go do some acting, right?
Yeah.
You live in Australia.
Don't crush their dreams this fucking early.
Yeah, no, but to his praise though, they are really supporting.
Oh, good.
But that's just influence, right?
Yeah.
People say because making it. Have you made it?
Yeah. What is making?
What is making it?
Yeah, that's a classic line.
Oh, is making it going? Oh, I'm running away from paparazzi, paying for my house in cash, or is it like I heard Ethan Hawke said it very well.
Yeah. Is it just living your artistic life?
Do you want to be a 62-year-old old woman teaching drama in a high school?
Maybe.
Well, if you don't want to do that, you have no business being an actor.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you have to be passionate.
That might be making it to someone. Someone might just want to be a drama teacher.
That's it.
They've made it. We just don't know. Everyone always thinks making it is billions of dollars and fame.
Yeah, but
I don't want any fame. You know what? I want the $1 billion though.
No, but I think what I want...
money.
I want enough fame where they go, that guy. I know that guy. You don't go, oh, there's Leonardo DiCaprio. There's Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
You don't want that.
No, I'd like that guy... but by studio heads that can get me more work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just caught my forearm there. Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez, look at that.
Follow those roadmaps all the way to Blacktown.
You want a ticket to the gun show?
I would like someone to say, oh, there's that guy. Let's give him a job. You know, that
guy.
That guy, I don't particularly want to be on the street.
They need to Google you. You just...
be like...
hey, man, can I get a selfie with you? I loved you in that film.
Yeah, there's an own bit. And then get on their own bit. John Amos, right?
Yeah. You're Colin Farrell, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
The comedian from America.
That's right. Anchorman, Colin Farrell.
Yeah, a comedian, Anchorman, Colin Farrell. I know you are. That's out there.
Well, good on your nephew. Well done.
Yeah, man.
And well done for you for inspiring him and then backing it up with your resource.
Yeah, but it came down to competitive.
You sent him a bit invoice, didn't you, in the end?
No.
I thought that's where it was going.
But there was part of me was like, going to, because I did his next one as well. I did another one for him so he can get this other production. But once you get one production, you're just going to bunny hop between productions. Smaller roles, bigger roles. Then you might start thinking about how to raise your profile. Yeah, and that's what it really comes down to is profile, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Pagey Train's all about. If you I may only get 20 to 200 hits on the podcast in its long form. But I can get up to 100,000 hits on a clip that you take out of it and put it on reels,
Yeah, that's right.
So if you look at the reels that we get out of it, that's the promotion for the artist. Like, I get some minor promo out of it as a profile, but not as much as the artist.
Yeah, that's right.
And you go, well, I could gear it differently. I could go, oh, this is this is the Ross show. I'm going to make it all about me. Right? And don't get me wrong, there's elements to that because you're trying to raise your profile, of course. But if you actually go into it authentically, you go, well, this is where we can both win, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we both win?
Couple hours on a what are we, Wednesday night? We can
Wednesday
both win.
It's Wednesday today?
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Normally it's Friday.
Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
No, it's Wednesday today.
It's Wednesday. Yep, there you go.
All day.
You got me tripping.
Yeah, you got me tripping. You got tripping balls, bro. But yeah, I think just that fire that's out there, man. It's out there and it's coming big time. Like, I was looking at I was talking to Chatty GTP today.
Oh yes.
And I was looking at the ratio of artists in Western Sydney. So there's 36,000 artistic practitioners in Western Sydney. Only 1.3% of those are actually working in the arts.
Wow.
In the next 6 years, it is predicted that there will be an influx of $6.5 billion into Western Sydney arts.
Wow.
Revenue. Because the airport's going in.
Yes, of course.
Film festivals are on the rise.
That's right. Studios will want to shoot more and more out here.
Massive void in content. This is where I go back to talking about Matthew C. Vella, Chris Lena, Paul Rye.
Yes,
right?
thank you. Yeah.
Right? Like you guys, the two films that I see that are missing. There's two films that I see that are missing, and I want to be a part of it. And whether it's a sound guy or I'm just a producer, executive producer, whatever, I don't care. I just want to be a part of it. And I think Matthew's a good person to push on it as well. We don't have an American Pie.
No, we don't. A teen comedy like rompity.
No one wants to risk it.
Yeah, we don't have any of those movies in America anymore either.
Yeah, but we are so agile.
Yeah, yeah.
So what are they going to do? Cancel us?
Cancel me before I begin.
Hey, cancel me. Great.
That would be your guy.
But think about it.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity to be brave, and I think that we can do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think the other one is horror films.
Yeah, yes.
So, and we've done it before.
Yeah.
And there's Australian comedies out there. If you go back to Alan Purple, if you look through the phase of Ozploitation.
Yep.
Alan Purple, there was...
Road Games,
yeah. And then you got those other serious sort of films like Stone.
Yeah.
And then you go, obviously, to these canon films like Mad Max.
Yeah. Some bad ones like Cut. Was it Cut? Final Cut with Kylie Minogue? I think it's called Cut.
It's Cut, not Final Cut. Final Cut was Robin Williams. Where
oh, yes, I remember that.
The Zoe implant one.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah. So the avenues you're saying is that sort of teen romp comedy and then horror.
Yeah, risky films. Yeah. Risky films. And a good example of that is what was that film? They Talk to Me or they Talk
to Me.
Talk to Me.
Yeah, great. Strange.
So
horror.
Original, right?
So good.
And that's what those guys are doing. I go, we can be doing that.
Yeah.
And the talent is there.
Yeah.
The gear is there.
Yeah.
The money is there.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So see, Hollywood, they are stuck. And going, I need to make a movie that can sell toys, because if I don't have that, I can't afford to make the movie.
That's right.
That means narratives aren't being met.
No, yeah.
And you can track this, right? So there's different graphs I've put together. I'll get into the other one later, but we'll start at this one. So you can see when directors and writers are winning, because then you get stuff like A Fistful of Dollars.
Yep.
Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
You see How the West Was Won.
Yeah, right? That's right.
Yeah.
See,
there it is. Right?
There it is. When you said that, I spotted it.
Yeah. How the West Was Won. That's the original Made in the West logo, right? That's the original. But you look at these films; they're director, writer orientated films.
Yeah, that's right.
But then you go through it, then you end up with a whole bunch of John Wayne films, spaghetti westerns. It becomes diluted.
Yeah.
If you look at New Line Cinema, right? Mm-hmm. New Line Cinema made Freddy Krueger.
Yes, the house that Freddy built.
Yeah. Right? And great, totally, right? And then you get to a movie
Bob
like
Shay.
Blade.
Yeah. Oh, great movie.
The first.
98 Blade.
First.
Oh, fuck yeah. Number 2's mad too.
Yeah, but the first of the real superhero films.
Yeah, that's right. They were broke time Marvel.
Yeah, but then you got don't get me wrong, you got Tim Burton's Batman.
Yes,
sure. But it's still comic book in nature.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Blade brought it into that Stanislavski sort of realism space, right? And since then, we've just had an onslaught of these films.
Yeah.
If you contrast the beginning of the superhero films to the beginning of the Western era, they're the same movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Hero, clear knight in shining armor shows up into town.
Just shinier
Saves
and
the girl,
all. Yeah.
kills the bad guy.
Yeah.
That gets boring, so they go, let's make him mysterious. We don't know if he's a good or bad guy. He's the good and the bad and the ugly. Venom, Deadpool.
Yeah, what do they call him? Something here, anti-hero.
Anti-hero,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So anti-heroes become popular.
Yeah, big time.
And then we get sick of the anti-hero.
Yeah, and then we go back to the hero, or where do we go then?
Then they go, the formula doesn't work anymore, and companies go bankrupt.
Yeah, that's right. Because the formula isn't working right now. The Marvel formula.
That's right, it's not working, right?
No.
So when you look at movies like Taxi Driver, Godfather, these films are at the tail of when the companies lost their money on their last 6 westerns that they made, and we're in that era now.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Superhero being the
superimpose it. History repeats itself.
Yeah,
we are in that space now.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We've got the added complexities of other disrupting technologies. You know, iPhones. You know, like vertical films.
Well, I'm seeing them pop up.
Well, look what Ryan's doing, right? He's integrated a cinematic idea into this vertical space, right? So he's leaned into it, right?
Yeah.
So I go, well, yes, this is a disruptor, but it doesn't mean that you don't change the film language of headroom, looking room.
Yeah, that's right.
Extended cinematography rules.
It all still stays. Yeah.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah.
So like we're literally on the cusp of a film renaissance.
Yeah.
Totally. And it's in our hands. It's literally
in
our hands.
Yes, we are the creators.
We just got in early, right?
Yeah.
And we ended up here through obsession.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, we weren't popular at school, right? Like, we didn't peak early.
Yeah.
Like, so I go, wow, man, this is an opportunity. It's a massive opportunity. So that's where I look at, and Made in the West was started out of ideas of distribution. And we wanted to create an industry. We created the industry, and with others' help, of course. Like we aren't the sole proprietors of that, but we definitely are a mechanized force doing that.
Yeah.
And then we moved into production houses and getting people to encourage them to do features, and then we're executive producing on that. And then we see student films that look like they're not student films.
It could be a feature one day.
They're international
knows?
Quality films,
Yeah.
right? You see this content coming out, and you're like, "Fuck, man! I've just watched this graph go like." This.
Yeah.
It's just going up in quality and the ratio of money to time. Yeah. The accessibility has changed. The skill level is there.
Yes, skill level, I mean.
Next one is distribution.
Yeah, that's right.
Watch this space. We've got some funding coming in.
Yeah.
And we are setting up a distribution consortium. I can't give away too much at this point. But this is where we're driving to.
Yeah.
I want to get more Australian content on screens.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Screen Australia. I appreciate
dealt with any governing bodies just yet, you know.
But none of us have. No. And every time we do, we get denied.
Yes.
Right? And I just like, and then don't get me wrong.
I always wonder if we're getting denied, then who's getting supplied?
Look, their heart is in the right place. But
yeah.
It's run by people that don't do what we do.
Yeah.
They don't understand the hand-to-mouth scenario of having a day job and being an artist. They don't understand that. They have a day job where they're talking about artists and they're building policies that aren't from experience or consultation. It's literally shot from the hip.
Yeah, that's right.
If you put $500,000 together, that'll help you out.
Yeah.
I can certainly say if I put $500,000 together, why the fuck do I need your fucking help?
Yeah, that's true. Independent. So from all this, do you think that the independent way of making films is going to surpass
absolutely,
you know, the union
because they are locked. They're
governing bodies.
They're in a traffic jam.
Yeah.
They're in a traffic jam.
Yeah,
they're in an economic traffic jam.
Yeah,
you go, I need $100 million to make this movie. You're like, oh fuck, there's 60 people are asking for this $100 million.
Yeah, that's right.
Who do we give it to?
Yeah.
Oh man, we better be safe. So we need a first Australian lesbian that's in a wheelchair.
Yes, yeah.
That's have Australian background. That is sympathetic to gender fluidity. That is, you know. And don't get me wrong, I'm listening to these social civil movements.
Yeah.
But they're not necessarily canon into telling a story.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, you can't. I mean, of course you can.
Yeah.
But there's other stories. There's other stories out there. Where's the American Pie? Where's the Australian Pie?
Yeah.
Where is the
we
next
grew up
Saw?
on those and Porkies and you know all these.
Porkies.
Yeah.
That's right. Where is the next Porkies?
But you think if there was an Australian American
Pie? Where's the Happy Gilmore?
Definitely. There's got to be room for something like that.
Where's the Saw? Where is the Mad Max?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where we're going.
Yeah,
Because I go, well, if you look at Mad Max, they didn't have any permits to do any other stuff. They just went out and started doing film.
Yeah.
Guerrilla style.
No one pulled anyone up back then.
Well, Guerrilla Style is what's going to save it.
Yeah.
After working with Maria Tran, right? Like it was sort of like a guerrilla style but professional shoot. It was very hybrid in nature. It was very eye opening. So because when I run shoots, I run them very clinically.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I always have a clapper.
There's a schedule. Yeah.
The clapper's there for a reason because I need to tell you this is scene 1, take 1.
Yeah. So you guys didn't mark things and stuff. You sometimes did, sometimes you didn't.
No, she was just cutting on the fly.
Wow, there you go.
Just full artist
editing in the moment,
brush to fucking canvas style. And I go, because you could argue, you go, well, you should be more organised. And I go, yeah, but if you look at their dailies, they look fucking amazing. Yeah. They look absolutely amazing. You're like, shit, man. Like, you're just working really around the clock to get this done. I go, well, there's something in that. There's something that being the firefight of that.
Maybe the hybrid is what you said is a good mix to have.
Yeah.
And instead of one or the other.
And that's the real, because that goes back to the juice. Why did you become a storyteller?
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
Yeah.
What, you wanted to be popular or something?
Did you want to tell Screen Australia's stories or yours?
Yeah. Did you want to promote voices for voices around you?
Yeah.
Did you want to make people laugh? Do you want to make them cry? Do you want to make all of the above?
I'm in it to make rewatchables.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like...
How many times have you seen Terminator 2?
It's a fucking stupid amount. You know what I mean?
Don't even know.
You know, I can do the run right now if I need to, you know? The thing is, there's so many movies out there that people are trying to they're trying to push an agenda or they're trying to make you feel or think a certain way, and that's fine, or send a message.
Political films are fine.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with it, but if it's the only saturated market, well, it's saturated.
I'm trying to make something fun that you can pop on a Sunday and rewatch every Sunday.
Yeah. Taxes are high.
Life's hard. Man. Yeah, life's hard.
Here's an hour and a half where you can just
have
dump
fun.
all that shit and just have a laugh and smoke some weed or drink a beer or have a cup of coffee, whatever.
I don't want to make a one-time watch. Like, I always use this, and no shade to any. I always use this example. The Whale. You've seen it?
Yeah. Amazing movie.
Once, but.
Yeah.
Are you really going to pop it on again?
It's too hard to watch. It's kind of like watching Hostel.
That's, you know what I mean? Or like Requiem for a Dream. You're going to watch them for me. They're a one-timer.
A horrific film, but impactful.
But still one time. Where Happy Gilmore.
You can watch it over and over.
The Godfather, Goodfellas. These movies are rewatchables to me. You know, like.
And they've always got Easter eggs there.
Yeah, Back to the Future. You know, like.
Back to the Future is my therapy.
Yeah, see what I mean?
It's a therapy film.
So that's what you've seen places. You'll see the next couple. They're all intended for you to be able to watch with ease, make you think and feel, of course. You know, but not struggle through a second watch at all. And that's not. Right. I don't want to do that.
And you're going to forward through it.
Yeah,
get back on my phone.
Yeah, you're like, man, I'll put myself through this again. No way,
dude. When I edit.
Groundhog Day is a perfect example. That's rewatchable.
Yeah, and ironically, it's about
put it on again and again
sequence, right? And that's the value of it. Yeah, right? That's where you get that cult classic.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a cult classic. But then I see other films like one that really inspired me when I was younger was Human Traffic.
Human Traffic.
So it's a movie, an ecstasy film about drug culture in Wales.
I haven't seen it. I was thinking of Traffic.
No. It was a similar film.
Yeah.
See, but it's interesting you say that.
Yeah.
It's interesting to say that because if you look at Human Traffic, you can stream it on YouTube because no one will buy it.
Okay, there you go.
Mad movie. It's a mad cult film. Like, you talk to people from that era, it has the resonance of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Like, it's this drug culture thing that had a massive impact on society, but it has a positive ending.
Yeah.
So if you look at all drug films, they always have a negative ending, a lesson to be learned.
Yeah, that's right. This one doesn't.
No, it goes. No, we had a good time and it all worked out okay. and you go.
All the drugs were worth it, man.
It even ends that way. It ends that way, right?
Every drug I took was worth it. That's what they're saying, basically.
They're saying, I had a good time. Yeah, no one got hurt.
Yeah.
And they go, well, it doesn't have a fable. There's no lesson. Well, the lesson that it has is a positive drug story, and we can't do that.
Yeah.
But I'll look at it even further. The guy that plays Rick, is it Rick? Yeah, Rick in The Walking Dead.
Oh, is he in it?
Yeah, he's in it as a young man.
He's Welsh, is he?
Yeah, he's Welsh. That's right. Yeah. He's like, so I'm just here tonight having a party.
Yeah.
You go, okay. So it's a bit like you can clearly see he's doing drugs in that film.
Yeah.
And I go, okay. So they're suppressing it because of his profile on AMC.
Yeah.
And then they go, it's a cult film that is a positive story about drugs. We're not buying it.
Yeah. Okay. So it lives on YouTube.
So the artist
probably got a ton of views.
Man, it's mad. I could not find it, and then I go, when you look for a movie, you go,
yeah.
and I found it
Yeah.
as open source
Yeah.
on YouTube for free.
Wow. Yeah. It's YouTube or Tubi or Broly.
That's where the demand is so high.
Yeah.
They go, no one will buy it, so I'm just going to put it on YouTube and collect ad revenue for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah,
you fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'd love to get onto it.
Fine.
YouTube is always my last resource. If I can't find anything, I'll go, let's try YouTube.
Yeah, it's literally the street.
Unless I've got it on physical media.
You know, you could be physical media on DVD. Dude, the amount of times I've got to go to DVD to find films these days, because some of them are so suppressed, especially if they're in niche markets. Like, one of my favourite sci-fis is I call it Canadian sci-fi.
Okay. Try to give me one that I might know.
The Cube.
Oh, God, yeah, The Cube, when they go through the...
Yeah. Hypercube, Cube Zero,
the Cube where they're like walking through, they're all in the rooms. Yes, I remember that. My old man rented that one. I remember that.
Yeah, so that's Canadian sci-fi. Very
hard that's Canadian sci-fi.
Canadian sci-fi, right?
Give me another one.
Canadian sci-fi, Cypher.
Oh, yes, Cypher.
It's like a Matrix sort of film.
Yes, I remember. I'm getting good at these. Okay, good. I know these. Primer. That's when they build the thing in the garage. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a short film. Not a short film, but the film is actually technically very short.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen Primer.
Yeah, Primer. Upstream Colour.
Upstream Colour, I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah.
Watch Upstream Colour. You got to buy the DVD. You won't find it online.
Oh, fucker. You've got the physical media.
I've got two versions of it, actually.
Yeah.
But Upstream Colour is about a telepathic drug.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So there's this drug that grows on this plant, and if I give you the drug and me the drug, we are synchronized. So when I lift my left hand, your left hand goes
go together.
Up. But then I put the drug into a bug, and then put the bug in you, and then you share the brain with the bug.
Oh shit!
And then
that's
I go,
smart.
So you're going to go into this bank for me, and I need you to get out $100,000 loan for me. And the bug's like, okay, but this is the human.
Yeah.
You control the bug to control the human. But then they all started coming together, and then there was this guy put speakers onto the ground because worms are attracted to vibrations in the ground.
Yeah.
They all had a worm in them, so they all get attracted to this pig farm. And then he takes the bug out of them. Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, spoilers.
He puts the worm into a pig, and then they are neurolinked to the pig, and then they get separated in society. And what he does is he pats the pigs, and he ventures to their lives. So he's living like a streaming service through consciousness by touching the pigs that are linked to the people that were robbed by the guy that was doing this nefarious thing with this telepathic drug.
Wow, okay.
The pig has babies, and these two people that randomly meet on a train go, I know you. We have babies together.
Oh.
And then the farmer takes the babies and throws them in the river, takes the piglets, throws them in the river, and they die. And they both panic. They go, where are they? He's taken our children. And then he puts the speakers down, and they all show up, and then they are in a relationship with their own pig.
What?
So they pat themselves.
So it's a bit weird.
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
Dude. Canadian sci-fi, dude.
Canadian sci-fi.
But think about Cypher, right? Yeah. So they have the injections in the back, and then they get pre-programmed to have a different name. Like that's like insane stuff, right?
Is that
you think about that as narrative, like that's a complex narrative.
Yeah.
I find that the Canadians, when they do sci-fi, most complicated narratives that are like mind-blowing stuff. Like, because you think about Primer, they were trying to research a computer chip, and in doing so, they found that the computer chip was developing a mold on it that took decades to grow, and they're like, and then they took it to a biologist to go, what's the trick here? Like, this is a gag, right? Like, there's no way you could. How did you accelerate the growth of this mold? Like, I've never seen anything like this. And they realised, fuck, we just discovered fucking time travel.
Yeah.
And then they are playing tapes to each other while listening to themselves, because there's two of them at the same time. Like, best time travel movie ever. I'm going to take a piss. I'm going to take a piss.
No, all good.
Back. So, Canadian sci-fi.
Yeah.
So,
my point... to get on more of it.
Yeah, but my point is that if you go and find these niche markets, look, you can't find them on streaming services.
No.
You just can't. I imagine there's probably a Canadian...
Yeah.
One like that. We all have a national
sort of express.
Like we got we have Stan and what's the other one? Fetch. Fetch, or is it? What's the other one?
Not Plex.
Fetch. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the name. It's a real Aussie one.
Yeah.
But even like you look at have you seen Mr. In Between?
Oh, great show.
Fuck me.
So good, man.
That is Breaking Bad level.
That is some of them from Blacktown. Dude. Nash and Joel.
I get mistaken for him all the time.
Yeah, I could see that.
They go, oh, I love you in that film, because I go to other film events where I've been a director or something, and they go, no, that's not me.
Yeah, what's that actor's name?
I don't know his name. He's a bald fella.
Yeah,
the main guy.
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah. Because the director is Nash.
Well, I started telling a lie though.
Yeah.
Because I get it so much, especially at red carpet events.
Yeah, I can see it.
They see the beard and they go, oh, you have a ponytail now.
Yeah. You finished shooting. I
go, no, that's my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he acted. I wrote it.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, amazing, right? Thank you so much.
Yeah, they wouldn't renew us.
And then they go through it. I go, I know. And then I feel guilty because then I go, I've just stolen clout. And I'm like,
yeah.
Actually, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
I've never met them.
Yeah.
I go, fuck, you look like him. I go,
yeah.
The beard and the teeth and the gaunt face. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, he looks pretty old.
Great show.
Mate, Breaking Bad level.
Yeah, it's a real shame that. Well, not a real. They I don't know. I don't know the whole history if they wanted to come back or not.
Nah, but that's what I liked about it. The fact that they ended it.
Yeah,
they ended it right. But
he looks at the camera.
But here's the thing: if you compare that to Breaking Bad, right? I can't find another show that's like Mr. In Between.
Yeah.
Like the closest one might be Outrageous Fortune. If you ever watched that, there's a Kiwi one. You know the guy that plays Overlander in The Boys. You ever seen The Boys?
Oh, yes.
He's Kiwi.
Oh, yeah, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, not Carl Urban. No, it's not Carl Urban.
Overlander.
No. Overlander. Homelander.
Yes, the blonde fella. He is Kiwi as well. He's in that police one.
Yeah, that's him.
Yes. So you talking about the Police American show?
Yeah. That's Banshee.
Banshee, yeah.
Banshee. Oh.
Yeah. He was in that, wasn't he?
Violent.
And he was in another one where he was a cop.
Total mad. Yeah, he's a mad cunt, right?
Yeah.
He plays he plays twins in where he got his stardom in a show called Outrageous Fortune.
Outrageous Fortune, okay.
Highly recommend.
So close to Mr. In Between.
It's more comic. It's more comical.
Okay, good, great.
But what I say is like it comes from a place where you go, that's someone's testimonial. That's not a writer with a blinking cursor going, I got an idea.
Yeah.
I was in this pub and I heard this story. I'm like, that's a good fucking idea.
Yeah.
It's based out of reality.
Yes.
Like you look at Mr. In Between. As I was watching, I go, he's soldier trained. He's a soldier. People, when I was watching it, obviously my mate, he's like, how do you know that, Ross? I go, because of what he's doing in the film.
Yeah, that's
right. They're dropping Easter eggs that he's a soldier.
It's good that we don't have flashbacks. I liked that.
Yeah, no flashbacks.
Didn't need it like Barry. Barry did that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then it establishes, it goes, well, when I was a soldier, I was killing people. Why you got a problem with it now?
Yeah.
You hide me.
I'm fine with that. I don't want a flashback. Yeah. You just told me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that I can't find another show that does that formula.
Okay.
Because they all do the flashback.
Yeah.
It's strange you say this.
Yeah.
If you go further to Breaking Bad, the contrast. Yeah. Breaking Bad is MacGyver on ice.
Yeah.
It's been done before.
Yeah, that's right.
You watch MacGyver, you're watching Breaking Bad. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same show.
Yeah.
Because he's got to come up with a scientific way to get out of his problems.
That's right.
But instead of being like he's a PI,
it's like a long-term drug thing. Yes.
Yeah, man, totally.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we've died. Canadian sci-fi. That's right. That's where we were. Sorry, folks. We just had a technical issue.
Yep.
Big shout out to Willow. I figured out the issue from our streaming the other night. It's a cable. Wasn't the back of the
I just sat here patiently, giving no advice or help.
Oh, dude.
Like a true artist.
That truly turned into a $700 problem to a $20 problem. So I'm happy.
I just kept quiet. I thought, let him work. Let him cook.
Yeah, let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing. But at least I got a cigarette break in the meantime.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. But look, I think we're close to wrapping.
Yeah.
Should be close to wrapping. But let's go into Wombo. What's Wombo all about?
So the Wombo was written and directed by Angus Lowe from Knoll Street Productions. I've come on as a producer. Mm-hmm. The film is from the mind of Angus, and it sort of originates from Canberra. Mm-hmm. Angus grew up sort of in the bush and camping and whatnot.
Yep.
It's got a Yowie-esque sort of Bigfoot sort of theme going on.
Okay, yep.
But we wanted to stay true to, not really touch...
A Yowie sort of thing?
Yeah, we didn't want to really touch too much on the indigenous side of things because, that's not our element, that's not our space. So we went into, Wombat and Yowie's Wombo. Mm-hmm. So it's a great comedy horror, and it is screening and premiering tomorrow night at Inner West Film Festival. Inner
West Film Fest, go and check it out, kids.
Inner West Film Fest.
So this has already got to air. So these guys have already seen it.
Yeah. How was it, everyone? We're excited. It's Angus's second film. As a director, writer director. His first film was The Beast Inside, which I produced as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's my cinematographer on Places Please and my other film, which I'll talk about in a second. So these are his directing films, and it's just a whole lot of fun. It's funny. We've brought some cast back that were in Places, so our lead that's in Places.
That's kind of how it works, though, isn't it? You work with people, and you work well with people, and you hold on to those people.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's where sometimes I go, when you see those nepotistic situations, you go, oh man, if you just let us in, you go, but there's part of me that understands, you go, but I need to work with people I trust.
Yeah, that's right.
And trust is so hard to establish. And it's not just about trust, about showing up on time.
No.
It's about trust and delivering too.
Yeah, that's right.
So you work with people that know that can deliver and do it. The
casting's done. From the casting side of things, if that's we wrote it with him in mind. Angus wrote it with him in mind, and I brought another guy on who is wonderful. The whole cast is wonderful. Georgie as well, but there's a man that's come into the film that's just, he's part Mick Taylor.
Oh yeah.
He's part who was the from Jaws, the boat captain?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Robert Shaw, the actor.
No, not Robert Shaw. Was it Robert Shaw or was it the Roy Schneider?
Roy Schneider was the Chief Brody, but Robert Shaw was the boat captain.
Oh, the old guy.
Yeah. I only know him as his Irish acting name, but Mick Taylor, from Wolf Creek meets Robert Shaw's character from Jaws, and that's the character in this film. It's great.
It's a mad inspiration. Yeah, but I think I look at films from Tarantino, for instance, right? And because I've done a lot of study into Ozploitation. I did a film series, Rest in Peace, Lex Marinos, a guy from Kingswood Country.
Okay, yeah.
A bit of a racist show if you watch it in these times.
Right, yeah.
But a bit of tongue-in-cheek. And, definitely tipping into those racism spaces. But amazing person, Lex Marinos. And I did a 2 TV series with him called Ozploitation Film Festival.
Okay, yeah.
And out of that, as a producer, you do all the research on these films.
Yeah.
And I realised there's a documentary out there called Not Quite Hollywood.
I've seen it, the Australian one with Tarantino.
And it's basically an apology.
Yeah, road games and all that.
Yeah, Stone. Yeah. Having a chick on a bonnet with the belts. That's in Death Proof. If you look at Natural Born Killers, there's that scene where they kill the pedophile father in a fish tank.
Yeah.
These are all scenes that have come from Australian films.
Yeah, Tarantino's super inspired by us.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That film goes in. Not Quite Hollywood goes into the relationship between Canadian, Australian, and American films. The thing that we all hold in common in that era was drive-in cinema.
Yes.
And exploitation films. Exploitation films is like when you see because this is before social media. Yeah. This is when you go to a cinema and you literally pick a movie based on the posters on the wall.
100% the cover art.
So you go,
yeah.
Oh, action film with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Go watch that.
Yeah.
And you go watch it. There's only one frame of Bruce Lee in it.
Yeah. They sold it on Bruce.
You didn't actually see Bruce Lee in that film at all. Yeah. And if you blinked, you missed him.
Yeah.
But that's why they call it exploitation, because they over advertise the film. So Ozploitation leans into that, but it has its own flavour to it, and that flavour comes out of things like car chases.
Yeah.
The way that we film car chases is really related to the Bathurst 1000.
Yeah.
Because I know people that have done this. Like, big shout out Ian Snedden. I hope you're listening, man. One of my mentors from way back in TV. Yeah. He's the guy that came up with the microwave link between the in-car vision in Bathurst to link it to a helicopter that then also got the aerial shots.
Okay.
So you got 2 shots out of the one. And then they designed the robot arm that looks inside the cabin.
Yeah, right.
He's also the guy that built the cages that went on the outside of the Mad Max films that filmed car race. Car chases, right? So if you look at American films and how they do car chases, you look at the French Connection, you'll really get a real good understanding of how they shoot cars.
Yeah, that's right.
Australians are like, we love our Holdens.
We do.
Love our Fords.
Almost too much.
Well, dude, you look at the movie like Two Hands.
Yeah.
The good guys drive Holdens and the bad guys drive Fords.
That's right. And running the little boy. Yeah.
Getting Square.
Getting Square. Great. Another one.
Another one of those films. That same sort of deal.
Yeah.
The way that we shoot things in the Ozploitation era were cutting edge.
Yeah.
And the way that I see that where we're at now is the same sort of thing that, like I was talking about before, Godfather, Taxi Driver, this film Renaissance. You know, like this is where we're at. We have the agility to take risk because we're only doing it for $30,000. We're not doing it for $30 million.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can take these risks. And we get forgiven because they go, well, it's a bit of an Ozploitation drive-in cinema film, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we watched them like, being a water charger from all sides, like very well shot, very well produced.
Yeah.
But you can certainly see, like, it's certainly from the region. It has that texture, that flavour. Looking at Undesirables, Luke Aegis.
Luke came on to my last film, worked with us.
Another great operator,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Good writer, good actor, you know, like... Echo 8. I look at how that comes across. If you look at the textures of it, they're not A-grade films. They're not Thor. Yeah, but they're watchable.
Yeah,
they're entertaining.
That's my main focus. Remember that rewatchability.
They are doing ideas.
Yes,
that are too risky for mainline cinemas to do.
That's right. Governing bodies to go. Okay, here's the money.
Well, if you think about it, where we're at Main the West Creative, we're in that new line cinema space right now.
The house that Freddie built.
We just need our Freddy Krueger.
That's very true.
That's all we need is our franchise.
That's a great doco on that too. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. And the same with Netflix, right?
Yeah,
Netflix was a DVD.
Yes.
What were we calling it before? A
physical media now. The young folk call it physical media. Me and you still call them DVDs.
DVDs, you know.
Or the beta.
But they used to mail out to you, right?
Yeah.
And they realised the future. But if you look at companies like Kodak, that do film processing. They refuse to go along the Sony Canon line of digital production. Yeah. Who the fuck is Kodak? Yeah. Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what these superhero films have done. Like, they go, well, MGM will always be MGM. Yes. Right? They own casinos. I'm sure they'll be fine. Yeah. But Sony will always be Sony. Yeah. Warner Bros. Will always be Warner Bros. Disney will always be Disney. Fox will always be Fox. But my point is that if you look at independent cinema, that sort of like is like a Morse code through those spaces. Yeah. These independent cinemas and independent cinema releases end up becoming the main line cinema. And you think about the name, New Line Cinema. Yeah. You know, Netflix. It's a network. That's right. Of flicks, right? So the naming, the language is important, and then that's what I was saying before. Like film language is important. Yeah, that's right. The way that we tell a story is important. The language that we use is important. Like you notice online at the moment, they don't say things like dead. Rape. No, they say unalived. Unalived. Yeah, what is with that? Because they won't be put up in the algorithm. Yeah, because I see that unalived thing a lot. Well, dude, I don't know what that is. This is some Orwellian stuff. Yeah. If you think about it, it's very Orwellian in nature to go, well, we can't say the word dead anymore, so we say unalive. What the fuck is going on, But it's the same fucking thing. I always see... And the man got unalived. It was doublespeak. It's doublespeak. And I'm like, oh, all right, we're going with that now? It's total doublespeak, man. It's total doublespeak. What can I do? Okay. I still say the word dead. Don't cancel me. Yeah, no, but language is important. Language is important. Yeah. And I go, well, that's where that renaissance is coming in, is because, like, and don't get me wrong, big shout out to Diversity Arts. I love those guys, and we work with them all the time. Yeah. A few years ago, I had one of them come up to me and go, it's really great how you put in colour on screen, and because I think that year we had a it was 2016 actually. It was like almost 10 years ago. Gosh, big shout out RBM Rachel Bell Myers. She Indian chick made this film. It was very well received. Well done. And they're like, it's great that you're promoting female directors of colour. And I was very quick to say to them, like, didn't intend to. Just happened. It was a good film. That's not what we're doing. Yeah. That is so far. Don't get me wrong. That's great. Yeah, it's cool that's happened. Cool. But we didn't intend it. But the movie was good. We didn't care who fucking made it. I don't care where it comes from or who makes it, as long as the film's good. Yeah, it's rewatchable. It's got to come down to that. It had a social impact. It's got to come down to that. Social impact. Are you good or are you bad? It was funny. Yeah. And you can get you can get it done, right? So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
And I go, all we've got to do is consolidate our efforts, and we will totally win this.
Yeah, that's right.
And like, don't get me wrong. I was talking about this in warfare before. Like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, there's people like I go to Western Sydney filmmakers hangout. Big shout out Matthew C. Vella.
Yeah, I've been to a handful.
Yeah. Like, they're great.
Yeah.
Right. But do you realise what's happening at those recently? A lot of people from Gosford. A lot of people from
that's
Newcastle.
Right.
A lot of people from Wollongong.
Yeah, Central Coast people.
So they're all coming to here. Why are they coming here?
Yeah.
Because we're making movies.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why
a lot of them are sitting on their hands up there. Those regions are.
Yeah,
not those people. Those people aren't. They're coming down.
That's right. They're being proactive. They go, well, where are films being made right now?
Yeah.
And there's 4 places actually in Australia where films are being made. The most predominant is where you look into the Screen New South Wales side of things, and you'll see that it's the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
You know, so Gold Coast Productions out of Gold Coast Studios, they have all the infrastructure there for it. But that is all of the A grade.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Anaconda and all those big
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's not happening in Sydney.
No.
All right, that's not happening in Brisbane. That's not happening in Melbourne. But if you look at West Melbourne, they're doing what Western Sydney's doing.
Yeah.
If you look at Eastern Perth, that's what they're doing, the same thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
So there's these hot spots of artists, and the ratio of artists is higher. Because I was looking at the data today, like it said 1.3% are in the arts in Western Sydney. But in my experience, I find it to be, and there was another article that came out through WSU, Western Sydney University, called the State of the Arts document.
Right, yeah.
And out of that, it showed that, I believe, I may be wrong, I hope I'm right, but 1 in 4 is an artist in Western Sydney.
Wow.
So you think about people that teach ballet.
Yes, that's right. Any type of art.
You know, those wine classes where you can go and paint.
Yeah.
1 in 4.
1 in 4, not bad.
That's 25%. That's a lot of people.
Used to be half of 5.
But only 1.5% of employment.
Yeah,
in
that's
the space
right.
is actually that. But when you look at the numbers, you go, well, that's actually 30,000 people.
Well, it's becoming easier to, especially with what we do, our form of art. It's easier now that we've got, this in our pocket.
Yeah.
Back when we were growing up, we were throwing footballs because all you needed was a football, no shoes, and 6 mates. But now, 6 of those guys have an iPhone 15 Pro Max that can shoot a film that has perfect vision. So those 6 mates can shoot things now. So now it's much easier.
Anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it now.
Like 6 YouTube tutorials.
Yeah.
You're on your way.
Yeah, that's right.
With your shitty little
Easy.
phone.
I jump on YouTube Premium every day of the week.
Yeah, well, that's a strange one. Like, think about this. You went to film school, right?
Yes.
So I've got 2 degrees in filmmaking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I've learnt more on YouTube.
I know.
Than spending $40,000 on an education.
We joke about all the YouTube film
I'm
school.
not bagging it out.
I know, I agree.
Because it allowed me to form networks.
That's what we're thankful for. Yeah. We built our crew from it.
Surrounded by like-minded people.
Yes.
So that, when I look at that $40,000, I go, well, that's what it got me, actually.
Yes, it got me a crew. It got me the networks.
And mentorships. And employment.
Yeah, that's right. I met a lot of great people. I've learned more on YouTube as far as filmmaking. But we the six or 7 people I'm with now from film school that I'm seeing tomorrow, and we're seeing our film on the big screen, all that sort of stuff is the things we got from it. You're right. I agree.
But when you look at technical application, how, like, for instance, I would say
YouTube can slow it down. You can spend time with it instead of rushing it through for 3 hours with 30 other people on one camera.
Here's a weird positive feed loop.
Looking over their shoulders.
Like, I always say to people, when you're doing a YouTube tutorial, click 45 seconds in.
Yeah.
So here we are. I'm in front of a computer.
Yeah.
I have Final Cut open.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to hear that part.
Yeah.
Where do I import?
Oh, 100%.
And
on YouTube Premium, you can, because you don't have to wait for ads.
Yeah, where is the hotkeys to get this done quicker?
Yeah, 100%.
So I started watching it in 2 times speed, right?
Oh, shit, that's a smart idea.
Yeah, right.
I listen to things on that, but I don't watch things on that.
Let me blow your mind.
Okay.
Commercial work.
Yeah.
Commercial work, okay. So a lot of commercial work that I do is panel shows, interviews.
Yeah.
Even the Pagey train before I did live edit, because I'm editing live right now. Here you go, folks. I'm just editing live. Right? I'm just editing live. Right? Just editing live. But I used to edit this on a machine. Before I had more infrastructure to do so.
Yeah.
So I figured out, because of the rhythmic basis of interviews that are long form, you actually have to hear the content if you intend to keep it.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is play at 2 times speed, put it in a multicam environment. Next camera. Oh, he's talking.
Yeah.
I could do an hour edit of an interview in 25 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, and you wouldn't have learnt that at film school at all.
No
God,
fucking way. No fucking way.
YouTube, man.
YouTube
is
but YouTube on turbo. Right?
Yeah, YouTube. I never thought about the double speed thing. That's such a great idea.
Because you go, well, I need to do this interview. And go, fuck, this is a 2-hour interview.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear it. I just need to hear when he's talking and when they're talking.
Yeah.
And you go, and I literally pre-program my keyboard, camera 1, camera 2. I actually do camera 1, camera 3.
Yeah.
My 3 is the 2.
Okay.
Because 1 and 2 is too close together.
Yeah. You fucking...
Yeah, okay. I just go, and
yeah.
The other same thing is when I do music events.
Yeah.
3 camera shoot, 4 camera shoot.
Yeah.
You're looking at a drummer.
Yeah.
People are doing guitar shots, lead singer shots. Put it in a multicam environment. Double the speed. Like, you don't need to do it in real time.
But double the speed, huh?
Double the speed. Why? Like, cause
I've been living on that 1 time speed my whole life. What the fuck?
Yeah, but think about it. So you can do your tutorials in 2 times speed.
Yeah.
And then you realise, fuck, if I'm doing the tutorial in 2 times speed and I'm getting it,
yeah,
why can't I edit?
Yeah, that's
that way?
So true.
So I just literally transcribed that idea of learning.
Yeah.
Into application of practitioner.
Yeah.
Like being a practitioner.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, man, that's mad.
Yeah.
So I go, how'd you get that edit done so quick? Like, oh, just dedicated, man. Just dedicated.
Well,
I stayed up all night. Fine tuning.
I'll bring it back to where you were saying the debate between, online learning, YouTube versus film school. Everyone, when you finish, they say the same thing, like, oh, you went to film school, what's it like? And I've got nothing but great things to say, but there are those people that always say, like, oh, you should have just went on YouTube, and they're like they never went to film school. It's film school versus no film school. You know, like, dude, I like to look at where
50,
those...
50.
It is 50. It is.
It is totally 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, everyone I talk to that has made a feature, if I talk to 10 people that have made a feature, 5 of them did not go to film school.
100%.
But then I go, well, when I talk to them, I go, especially budding filmmakers, right?
Yeah.
And they go, I want to make a feature. Like, oh, dude, start at a short.
Let's slow down. I'm not in any hurry to make a feature because I'm very calculated, like we spoke about.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna write the first thing and make what I'm gonna make. I'm not doing it until it's time.
Well, you could argue, right? You could argue that if you did a 20-minute short. And if you did a hour and 20 feature, you could argue that that's 6 times the amount of work.
Yeah.
That's not true. It's just not true. So, like, even coming out, like, out of doing a lead role in a feature film, I realised I did 42 scenes with dialogue. I did 58 scenes that were non-dialogue. They're just a blocking, a fighting sequence sort of stuff. You go, it's actually tenfold. So if you want to make a 20-minute film, yeah, great. You are concentrating on an Act 1, Act 2 that has that is comprised of about, 4 or 5 minutes to segue.
Yeah.
When you're doing a film, you're doing 20-minute blocks to segue.
Yeah, that's right.
And those 20 minutes are more nuanced. So it's not doing 6 20-minute films. It's actually doing 150 short 3-minute films.
Yeah, that's right.
So, like, it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
So I say to people, well, okay, so do the short.
Yeah, that's right. Spend some time learning.
Well, I recommend doing 4 shorts.
Yeah. I've got a rough idea of a plan about 3 to 4 shorts before the next level.
The next level, right?
Yeah.
So I say to people,
people like to jump those levels, don't they?
Yeah, I just want to be a CEO and a rock star now.
I know, it's like, breathe, man. We've got time.
I just need a loan on...
Technology's getting better and so will you.
I need a loan on creativity. That's what I need. But that's what I say to people. Like, when you do the shorts, like, you go, okay, so your feature dream, what are the main scenes in your feature dream? They go, well, there's a fight scene. Go, great. Yeah. Fight scene. There's a sex scene. Great. Sex scene.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shot, reverse shot, dramatic scenes where I'm doing dialogue. I go, great. Do 3 films.
Yeah.
Do one that is totally orientated around doing a fight scene.
Yeah.
Do one that's totally orientated around doing a sex scene. Do one that's totally orientated about talking heads.
Yeah, that's right.
You do those 3 films, you're now halfway to getting to your feature. You've got to...
You've battled a little bit.
You've battled a little bit.
Yeah.
You've become battle-hardened.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting language, right?
Yeah.
Battle-hardened.
Yeah, we're back to the wartime.
War.
Yeah, warfare.
See how I go straight to the war?
Yeah, it's true. It is. It feels like a battle.
It is. And like, I recommend a book. A great book that's out there is Joe Rogan's proofs it all the time, and it's The Art of War.
Yeah, I've seen that all the time.
No, sorry, The War of Art.
War of Art, yeah.
2-hour read. It talks about the imposter monster. It talks about why you are an artist.
Yeah.
What's your voice? What does your voice mean?
Yeah.
And I just find that inspirational because you go, well, yeah, I'd like to be Angus from AC/DC.
Yeah,
that'd be great. But
yeah,
think about the journey that man went through to get that.
He didn't just wake up that way. No, he went through the war.
There's no such thing as an overnight success.
No,
it does not exist, right? Like we were talking about, like you've done Places Please, which was like an amazing film.
Yep.
A head turner. That's how I describe that film.
Yeah,
head turner.
That's what I was trying to. A fantastic starting point for my career.
Yeah.
Like a great out of the, and that's the way the movie starts. Out of the gate. Yeah, I agree. I had a great time making it. We learned a lot. We built a lot of people connections. Yeah.
Well, how many continuous shots was it? Was it like what 8, 9, 10?
Like all like Frankenstein together. Yeah, about that. Yeah,
about 10?
About that. If I can probably put it in my head, about 9 or 10.
About 9 or 10 continuous shots, right? Yeah. And to get that right, like the synchronicity, the planning, the scripting, the blocking, and then the emotional context of keeping actors going. You're doing a good job. Actually, this part's a bit poor, but I can't tell you it's poor.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
You're going to get rattled, so I'll say it this way.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a good one in the can.
Yeah,
Let's go for an excellent one.
Yeah, this one's for Angus. Why don't we get one for Angus? Yeah, blame other people.
Yeah, no, we were a bit out of focus on that one.
Yeah, that's right. And me and Angus have that language too. He'll know.
The games that we play.
Yeah, that's right. Right? Luca, you didn't get that sound. That's a sound thing. We're going to have to go again.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
so we have all of these methods
to
keep the cool, right?
Yeah.
You can act out of fear. You can go. You can be the Stanley Kubrick and go, "I am fucking God."
Yeah,
and, what I say goes.
I always finish with "Thank you, guys." Thanks.
Yeah, no, thanks.
There's always a big thank you at the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. But we go through all of these processes, right, to make this content. And you look at Places Please, you're like, wow. In that case, so now you're onto a Wombo.
Yeah, producing Wombo. Yeah.
But it's interesting because like I've talked to a lot of directors, they fucking hate producing.
No, I like it. I'm a bit of.
I'm talking to you, and you're excited about this.
Yeah, of course. Well, when Angus, we were looking for a script, and Angus wrote this thing and gave it to us and pitched us like we have pitch meetings and. I love the trope of it all. It's Jaws meets Friday the 13th. We're out in the forest and there's something lurking. We don't know what it is, and there's some teens by the campfire. I loved 80s horror. You did too. Friday the 13th, all that sort of stuff. Campfire tales, literally.
Yeah, pretty Krueger.
Tales of the Crypt, all that sort of.
Oh man, what was Billy Zane?
Yeah, Demon Night.
Demon Night.
I love all that shit.
Hello, come out to play.
Yeah, and so does Angus.
Good.
And Angus was like, this is what it's like. And the minute I read it, I said to him, Angus, this is Friday the 13th Mitch's Jaws. And he's like, that's good. I said, I'm going to use that in the pitch deck. Yeah. And then, that's the side I come into. The side as a producer I come into is being a cinephile.
Yeah.
So I went to film school.
Well, that's what I'm hearing, is that obsession.
Yeah. Yes.
That's that obsession, right?
Yeah. Growing up, we had physical... Oh, fuck, I'm now saying it. We had physical media. So
you mean like a videotape? Sort of thing?
Yeah, VHS, beta tape.
A beta tape.
So...
Fuck beta, bro.
So, obviously, I went to film school a little bit older than a lot of the students, and there was only one or two that really could keep up with me as far as talk and film, because they were younger. They weren't looking for 70s movies. They didn't have a father saying,
they're quoting,
watch this, Midnight Express or Midnight
memes,
Run.
They're quoting memes, not movies.
Watch this is great, De Niro, he's funny in this. And I was like, funny? Not the guy I know from Jimmy Conway, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, I had a teacher, my dad, showing me films and saying, watch this, watch that, and I was glued on. Everything revolved around watching as many movies as I could and learning as much as I could.
Yeah.
So then, as a producer, that's where I come in strong. I come in knowing movies, and someone might pitch me something, or someone might say, here's a script, what do you think? And I'll be like, it's like blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, true, okay, this wouldn't happen, or, breaking down the act. So coming on to Wombo, it was an exciting one because it was funny and it had a lot of the tropes we liked. And everyone said this is going to be a short, fun movie. And I didn't get to be there on the shoot. I was on something else. But it was a 2-day shoot. Yeah. It wasn't like a real sweat, a real break backing, like the next one we've just done.
Yeah, well, there's different flavors to different films. I know.
Yeah.
I'm really resonating with you when you say that. There's some films that just are a breeze.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't get me wrong, the high stress levels, long hours, but nonetheless, you go, oh man, that was good.
Yeah.
There's other ones you go, man, that was hard to get. Yes, that was nail biting.
Stretch you as a filmmaker and as a human.
Yeah, it's usually a negative person on set that usually fucks it up. But But yeah, there certainly is something to be said for that space. Like, why do you choose to do this?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but speaking of choosing to do it, third act,
the next one on the ranks.
So this is the one that's you're editing or about to go into production.
I'm in post-production editing with Ryan Couchy. Shout out to Ryan Couchy.
So many shout-outs for Ryan Couchy.
I know, Grey Stains.
Stop being so impressive.
He's another cinephile that we get. He's the guy I thought I was going to meet in film school and just sit there like we are now talking movies, because we do that now.
Yeah.
But third act is my follow-up to Places Please. So there's a trilogy of films that live in the performing arts, and they all connect in a universe, not the MCU. Places Please being the first one, third act being the second, and then I can't say the third just yet. But they all take place in a performing arts sector, and they, there's cast from Places Please coming back for this one as the same characters but cameos, and it's all interlocked and connected. But this one, Places is about a nervous wreck stage manager in theatre. This one's about a widower who, decides that he should give stand-up comedy a go.
See, this is what, it's funny you say that, because as I've been talking to you, the vibe I've been getting out of it is very, what's his name? Not Steve Hughes, what's his name? 16 Candles.
John Hughes.
John Hughes.
I love John Hughes.
Dude, you've got some John Hughes vibes going on. Shermer, Illinois, sort of like...
I'm going there at the end of the year, actually.
Yeah, because I can hear you talking about these films. You're like, I needed to overlap, I needed to be interlaced. Yeah. And I go, that's a very... John Hughes perspective.
Well, I love John Hughes. God, 16 Candles and Weird Science.
Trains, Planes,
one of the greats.
Yeah.
Christmas, Vacation.
Yeah, but you can see these, like, when you look at his films, right? If you look at the chase scene from Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, where he sees Kevin Bacon, and they're both going for, Steve Martin's going
for a cab. They run for the same taxi.
Take that scene and then superimpose that on when Ferris Bueller is on his way home.
Oh, Ferris as well.
And they do this. It's a Western. Again, we're back to the Western. They do the extreme close up. Or they do the squinted eyes.
They
do that squinted eyes and like, oh, we're in a chase. We're about to go for a chase. Right?
He's another one going too soon.
Oh yeah. Look.
You know who would have been good with him? Bill Murray.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Fucking hell, he would have wrote a great movie for Bill Murray. Because him and John Candy were so close, and obviously Steve Martin.
And Chevy Chase as well.
Chevy Chase, Imagine Bill.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
There's one that missed.
Well, there's a director that I've been watching a lot of lately. That I've been going through his filmography, and that's what's his name? John Badham.
John Badham.
Yeah, War Games.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Thunder.
Yeah.
What was the other one that he did?
War Games with
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, that's right.
Yeah.
Computer one.
Yeah. Some really iconic stuff.
And I'm in.
Dude.
Just got to get past this firewall, and I'm in.
Dude, when I was very good at computers, always have been.
Yeah.
And when I was in the 90s as a high school hacker,
yes,
there was no such thing as a firewall.
They're always getting around them though, aren't they?
There's
Hugh Jackman in Swordfish.
Well, I helped set up the library so they can do like referencing through the Dewey Decibel system, and then implicate that into an architecture so that you can do search, because it was a disadvantaged school. They didn't have the full software, so I was a part of the team that helped build software. And like I knew more than the teacher, so I was like basically at 15 years old, the lead and how to build this infrastructure. And then I needed the computer from the office, which had all of our records in it. For marks and
shit! This is literally a hacker's story almost.
I had to link them together in order to have the computer base to run this operation. And I thought, wow, they've given me full administrative access. And then there's part of me was like, you should do the right thing in here, Ross. There's part of me like, I love that movie, War Games. I love that movie. I think that I'm going to put in my own password here. Oh. And it's Joshua.
Yeah.
And, I know it sounds bad, but, a girl's phone numbers.
Yeah, everything you wanted.
I go, how'd you get that number? Like, I just found it. Don't worry about it. I learned not to talk too much about it, but I realised that there was at a young age I was just very attuned to technology.
Yeah, I was never. I played footy. It was football. I was a Western Sydney kid. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You throw them a ball. You go down the creek.
Well, me, it was like, I did, like, don't get me wrong, like, I came home when the streetlights were on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, same.
Bouncing a football, skateboard, and
bruised
and
feet,
a BMX,
fucked,
right?
everything fucked up, yeah.
But when I get home, though, like, most people were playing Nintendo and Sega.
My brothers were into that. I was watching movies.
I was PC gaming in 1993.
Yeah.
And I was doing, like, interactive movies, Under a Killing Moon, A Heart of China, Phantasmagoria. These games I just thought were so far and beyond, like, Alex Kidd or, like, all these other platform games. Don't get me wrong, you got to, Wolfenstein 3D and then into Doom.
Yeah, I'm Doom, fuck yeah.
Floating gun, just a floating gun that just
Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem, Nukem 3D,
Yeah.
But the ones that I really enjoyed were those Choose Your Own Adventure, interactive movies.
Yeah.
And I talked to other people at school, like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, Mist.
I was a hidden cinematographer, hidden cinephile. I was
Yeah.
very much hidden. Well, my friends, everyone knew that, that I was movie crazy, but I was always the movie guy, when someone goes, Paul, what's that movie, man? The guy with the eyebrows, and you're like, and you just knew straight away.
Yeah.
I was that guy. I could never get a job at Video Easy or Blockbuster. Never would hire me.
I did.
Did you? You worked at a video store.
Video Easy. I got Video Easy.
You bastard.
Yeah.
I took my resume, and the minute I turned 14, 9 months, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I was straight to Video Easy, and Big W was my go. But looking through that golden age of cinema through those points, I really think that's what's coming up for us.
Yeah.
And look, and don't get me wrong, there's people from Gosford coming in.
Yeah.
There's people from Wollongong coming in.
Yeah.
And like we welcome that workforce, but I must certainly say that maybe gatekeeper's the wrong word, but definitely a custodian.
Titan?
Yeah, a custodian for the space.
Yeah.
Like, once the airport gets built, the whole place is going to blow up, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And we live here.
Yeah.
We live here. So
we deserve first what do they say? First
shake of the sauce bottle. Let's go with that.
Okay, yeah.
But I just think that, we live here.
Yeah.
And we were doing things when... Tropfest is buying your full rights to your film, and we're trying to sell your film and give you money, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the space that we're in. Like, don't get me wrong, you could have this empire-esque, like, I'm just going to rule the whole world of content forever. Or you can go, well, let's actually build the industry and create a workforce, and then, let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
Because I work with editors before they go, I can't tell people my editing secrets because then they'll be a competitor.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone is competing in some way.
That's a real
I just want to watch good things.
That's a real famine way of looking at it. I teach everyone everything I know.
Yeah.
I have confidence as an editor, as a cinematographer.
Yeah, you'll still get, Well,
the crossover, right? So crossover from editor to cinematographer is very valuable. Crossover from actor to director.
Yes.
Because the cinematographer is a technical job.
Agreed.
Editor is a technical job.
Yes. Director
and actor is a performance
Correct.
job.
I think that's where I lay. Where I lay my best work is those because of acting. Like acting beforehand, then getting directing. Where someone like, in our crew, Angus, cinematographer, second editor, they intertwine. He's so good at those two. They make sense. He'll be with us on set, on cam, and he'll just tell you, in the edit, what can happen is blah blah blah, where I'm over here with performance, and we just meet in the middle.
And that's, as an actor, I really learnt like where your chin lies.
Yeah, oh god,
super fucking important.
The most subtle move. Every choice
and your mannerisms.
Every choice you do.
Because there's the things that you act, but there's the things that you are subconscious that you're not acting. So you have your own personal mannerisms.
Yes.
And that's where you see actors that are really seasoned and mustered. They learn how to erase their own mannerisms out of the role. Yeah. Because you're like, I talk with my hands a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
And I realised I've got to, in this role that I was doing, it's not appropriate for the role. I've got to stop talking with my hands. So I go, where do you put them then? So you have to become very body conscious.
Actors get obsessed with how it feels because it felt good, but didn't look good.
Yeah, but it didn't look good.
So let's go back. We'll meet in the middle.
Well, I used to think that blocking is where your feet were.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
Oh god, so much more than that.
It's your body position.
Yeah.
Are you sitting? Are you standing?
Yeah, that's right.
Are you tilted your head to the left?
Yeah.
Or is the camera this way and you've got to be more chin forward?
Yeah, that's right.
So just seeing where your chin is in a shot. you need to be conscious of that as an actor. And as a director, you need to be conscious of that as well.
Yeah.
And that's where the interlock between the cinematographer comes in. You go, well, that looks good. Because a cinematographer will say, that's money.
Yeah, that's right.
An editor will say, that's money.
Yeah.
But a director and an actor will go, that was a good performance.
Yeah, that's right.
They did not think about this commercially at all.
Again, I keep bringing him back, but I've discussed this with the film I just wrote and directed called Third Act. We've got some dolly shots, and a few would, a few might have been janky, but the performance is like nailing it.
Yeah.
So like, where do we sacrifice? We're going to try to meet in the middle. We're trying to get both the best dolly and the best performance. But I will, as a director and a former actor, whatever you want to call me, or
slasher,
I will always choose performance, because a room full
That's the principle.
That's right. A room full of cinematographers will go, oh, it was janky. But I'm not there to impress a room full, so I'm there to impress an audience that the Joe Blow that doesn't know that it's on a fucking dolly or what a dolly is. It won't matter to him. All that will matter is the guy in the frame, if he's believable or not.
Dude, watch Pulp Fiction and tell me how many shots are out of focus.
Yeah, there's probably tons.
Fucking heaps.
Yeah, but you're so entranced by...
if you watch the first time, you did not see that it was a soft shot.
By the performance, but you're entranced, right?
It's such a soft film.
Yeah.
It is out of focus.
Yeah.
And some of the edit points are poorly delivered.
I'll have to re-watch it again.
Turn the sound off.
Yeah.
Just watch it without the sound on.
Yeah.
And just watch it. Don't watch it as a narrative.
But how many people notice? Because
just watch it as a technical attributes point of view. And you're like, fuck, this is a technically bad film.
Yeah.
It's technically horrible.
Yeah.
It is technically poorly
But when Samuel's got that gun up, man, and he's doing his thing,
and the rearranged narrative, right?
Yeah.
We're so engrossed.
You're watching it.
So
performance and writing.
And this is another thing about what is it? Continuity, right?
Yeah.
And there's a saying I learned. A big shout out, Quentin. And he gave me this mad saying, man. It's like, continuity's for pussies. And I would say to people, they would go, the beer was this full, but now it's that full.
Yeah.
If anyone notices it, I'll buy them one.
And I am one to notice that stuff because of how many movies and what we do, like being a cinephile. But at the same time, sometimes you got to let it go.
Yeah, I think with the size of a cigarette, the drooping of a flower, whatever. But I think the
nail polish one gets me.
Yeah.
They got nail polish in one scene, and then the next scene they don't, but it takes place within the same day.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, come on.
I didn't do it.
When did she take that off?
They didn't do it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the blocking ones where they walked out of a room, but now they're on the other side.
Oh,
of the room.
yeah.
Like, you can't do
objects.
That. Yeah, objects.
Props have been moved, and you're like, why?
But the measure of time.
Yeah.
I think you get away with that.
Yeah, 100%. If you show that time is yeah.
You can get away with that measure.
Yeah, that's right.
But look, we've got to wrap this up. We've been on here for hours.
About
oh my god,
4 hours.
Season 7 of the Pagey Train. It's been like 3-4 hours. But look, thanks for sticking around, guys. But where can we find you, Paul Rye? Where can we find you online?
Yeah, find me probably Instagram, paul.k.rye, or our business Instagram, which is Knoll Street Productions. Like I've mentioned, few things still floating around. Places Please will be squeezing the rest of the festival juices this year.
Yeah.
Wombo's now in festivals.
And it's got some marketplaces. I've heard some rumours for Places Please as well.
Yeah, that's right, it does. Thanks to these guys. And then Third Act is in post-production. I'll have that out sometime this year. And then me and the Knoll Street guys will keep cranking out stuff and keep making... hopefully rewatchable films. That's what the plan is.
Keep being entertaining, man.
That's right, entertaining.
And your content is entertaining. Keep doing it.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And don't get me wrong, like there's times that we have stuff that sticks and the stuff that doesn't, right? And what I say to people is keep going.
Yes.
Like I've done films that have stuck. I've done films that haven't stuck.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can be downtrodden. It's kind of like a comedian that bombs.
Yeah, which is my next film, Third Act.
Yeah. You know, bombing. You go, I can't do this again. You go. But why do you want to be an artist?
Yeah, that's right.
Why do you want to do it? Is it because you want to be a rock star?
Yeah.
Or you want to be a storyteller?
Yeah, I want to be... Yeah, I'm not... With Third Act, it's a bit of a bigger swing than Places, but at the same time, I never expected Places to do what it did. I don't expect Third Act to do what it did. I wanted to stretch myself as a writer, director, producer. I wanted to stretch my crew in their departments. And we've done that. And then we'll just see how we go in post, and hopefully people connect to the film and enjoy it. It's got some Places Please-esque themes.
Yeah.
You know, shot types and whatnot. But
it's good advice though, man. Like, because a lot of people in your position would go and do a totally different film.
Yes, I've had a plan from the start of that trilogy.
If you look, we're talking about betting before, man. If you place a good roulette bill, if you place a roulette bet that one, don't change the bet.
Yeah,
it might show up again.
Yeah,
stay on the same bet.
No, definitely.
Do other things.
Yeah. For sure.
But don't stop doing the same thing either.
No, I'm just doing touching base on something else in a different way. For a little bit longer, and just themes a little bit different, but at the same time, it's still the same filmmaker that you're going to see from Places Please, for sure.
Well, just one more anecdote before we go out. Yeah. Like a big shout out to Ali Saeed, right? Mm-hmm. So Ali Saeed entered Made in the West 3 times, and the third time he missed out by 1 point.
Oh.
And I remember going, I know this name. I'm like, oh, fuck. If I reject him again,
he won't come back. He
may never return.
Yeah.
And when I looked at his third film, I was like, oh, dude, it's so fucking close.
Yeah.
And there's part of me is like, I should just break the rules and just put this fucking movie in. Because he's a good filmmaker.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't do that.
The rules are in place.
The rules are there, and we bag other festivals out for doing that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So I'm like, what can I do? I'll call him.
Yeah.
I'll give him a call. And I said, man, I've rejected your film. You missed out by 1 point. Oh. And I know this is devastating, but please enter again.
Yeah.
Because, you guys, from your first film to this film,
progression
is night and day.
That's what we're trying to do, yeah.
And you missed out by 1 point just because of the competition that's out there. It wasn't your fault. You've got a good movie. It's a good movie. Enter again. Please enter again. He goes, I don't know, man. I don't know. But please. And they came, even though they got rejected. Yeah, they still came to the festival to see why they didn't get in.
For sure,
right? Which is a massive thing to do. Like you push your ego aside. You're going out and you're doing
it is. That. It's hard to do.
It's hard to do because you go, that festival rejected me. I'm not going to go along to it. But part of me would be like, because
I'm interested.
I got rejected from Trot Fest. I'm like, I'm going to go. What was I up against? I realized, oh, okay, there's some politics going on there.
Yeah.
Because I knew my film was good, and anyway, I'm not going to go too far into that. But with Ali, right, the fourth time he entered, he got into Made in the West. He pulled some. He didn't pull any glassware, but he got some awards, right?
Yep.
Fast forward 9 months later, after his entry into Made in the West, he's done a deal with Guy Sebastian. He's got $1.2 million to make Hindi Vindi.
Wow.
Just done his national release is coming out soon.
Yeah.
So what I say to people is, why are you a storyteller?
Yeah, that's right.
Why are you a filmmaker? And I would say, when you see talent out there, when you see talent out there, can't believe that just died on me.
Right on the final speech. Do you want to jump in this?
I have to change it out because I've got to do my outro.
Okay, yeah.
But let me just finish this one point.
Yep.
I'll have to leave it on your camera. But man, just stick with it. You might be just one film away from $1 million. Yeah. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Right. And other filmmakers out there, like you're on the cusp of doing your feature ready. You're in that space.
Yeah, it's on the way.
It's on the way, right?
Yeah.
And maybe not tomorrow.
No rush.
It's not next week. Maybe not next year, but it's in the next.
It's the next 3 to 5 years.
It's in the next little while, right?
Yes.
I can sense that, right? So stick with it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Just keep going, man. And I see some rock stars out there, and Paul, you are a rock star.
Oh. Really that's so nice of you to say, Pagey. Appreciate that, mate.
All right, mate. Well, I've got to change this bloody back camera out so I can do the outro. So give me a sec. Yeah. Look. Sorry, guys. We're back again from our third technical interruption. But Paul. Oh shit. Hold on. Where are we going here? Why are you doing weird? There you go. There we go. Now we're back on.
Hey.
But thank you so much for being on the show, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Just keep going, man. Like you're kicking goals, man. Just keep kicking goals. And if you miss a goal, don't let it stop you. Like you can't win all the time.
No, I got to be prepared to fail a few.
Yeah, like you might lose a battle.
Yeah, 100%.
But you're not going to lose the war.
No, agreed.
But thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it. I've had a great time. A great 4.5 hours on a Wednesday night.
4 hours or 3 hours? I can't remember.
7 p.m. we started on episode 157.
Jesus, this has been a long episode. Well, I do apologise, folks. If you've done this in 2 commutes, that's fantastic.
Yep.
But guys, you've been watching the Pagey Train. That's right, the Pagey Train. You can go and check us out on Spotify. That's right, video on Spotify. Or you can go and check us out on YouTube. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. And for you avid listeners out there, you can go find us on iHeartRadio. Basically, anywhere you can find podcasts. You've been watching the Pagey Train. We'll see you next time. All right, that's it.
Cut.
Well done. That's
Wonderful.
That's it.
Awesome, my man.
Handle died at the end there, but
That's all good.
Oh, you're together, you're good.